What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. You got an early little treat today. Your parents decided to leave the house a little bit early this time. Gave you $20 for pizza, gave you an old VHS copy of E.T., and told you to go have fun with your day. But you decided to disobey your parents, find your dad's anime stash, and curiously enough, you found a Dungeons and Dragons book. So you decided to crack that open and take a look. And here we are.
The book that everyone needs, but no one wanted.
the book that everyone needs. So what's up, everybody? This is Josh isn't here this week, so we decided to hijack whatever we wanted to do, and we're doing a D&D One Shot.
Yeah.
And chat can participate as well. I put up a couple things here. So if when this campaign starts, me and Justin are going to briefly explain kind of what's going on here. But you guys can do things to influence the game here. As you can see, there's a chat command, D&D. So if you give 2 subs or you give 500 bits, you can dictate something that happens in the game. So you can either give... So thank you for the 200 bits, man. You can give a player a advantage on a roll, disadvantage on a roll, or you can give it to the enemy. So if you really want to screw over the party, you have the ability to do that. So Salin's well on his way. So every 2 subs or 500 bits, we're going to go ahead and let you get control of the thing. If this goes well, the plan is when we do this again to give chat an actual NPC character to control. So we'll see how that goes. But dude, are you ready for this?
Ready? You would not believe, as long as we've been talking about it, to actually get into the planning phase and putting it all together. Yeah. I may or may not have slept within the past couple days, so I'm ready to get it started, man.
Yeah, so we got quite a few people with us here, so we're gonna bring them in here one at a time and make them do a crazy introduction on themselves. We didn't tell them about any of this whatsoever, but we're gonna put all the pressure on them to come up with something unique and creative to introduce themselves with no prior warning or knowledge of what I'm even talking about. So let's add in a past guest of both our podcasts, Dungeon Master Mark.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. Who's your character? What's your favorite fear? What trauma do you have in your life?
I am Dungeon Master Mark. I've been on previous streams before. I'm a big D&D player and fan, and I am playing the human barbarian Muscles McBadass.
What's up, everybody? There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna do it random here.
I had a feeling I was next.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. So same question. Who are you? What are you playing? What's your favorite food? What are your fears? And what's the most thing that we could blackmail you with in your life?
What's up, everyone? I am going to be playing a fire dragonborn. I fear nothing except I don't really fuck with any divine beings. And I'm a brand new D&D player. This is my first experience ever with D&D besides Dungeons and Daddy. So I'm going to do my best. And you can't blackmail me with anything.
And just to reiterate, as we get people kind of filing in here periodically, chat can influence the gameplay here. Every 2 subs or 500 bits, you can give a player a disadvantage or advantage, or the enemy. You can give an enemy advantage or disadvantage on an attack or something like that. And we'll see how it goes. If you guys like it, we'll give you guys control of an NPC next time. Let's see here. Okay. Jason, what's up? Welcome. Same thing. Who are you playing? What's your favorite food? What fears do you have? What trauma do you have in your life? And what can we blackmail you with?
Oh, perfect. Glad to be here. Long-time player, first time here. I'm playing a Eldrian elf by the name of Phelan Story. He's from the Feywild, but found guidance through Corellin and now follows the light domain as a cleric. And favorite foods: pizza. Fear, definitely rolling a 1. Anything along that. And blackmail me. I don't know. I don't really like to. I don't know.
There's plenty of time for us to find out.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
Find out. And last but not least, Cameron. Same thing. Who are you? What are you playing?
I'm the least.
Favorite
I'm
food?
Cameron. I will be playing Ezekiel Firestarter. Stat-wise, he's a half elf. He's a cosplayer. He likes showing off his abs as much as possible. But he's got like no personality, and his biggest fear is definitely being intimate with other people or
So
being
Justin,
called out
you're playing
in
Justin.
any form. He's gonna basically pretend to be as cool as possible the entire time. He definitely has like a guitar he carries around that he has no idea how to play. So that's the kind of person he is. As far as blackmail goes, I'm gonna blackmail Dylan with spoilers from Dungeons and Daddies. So that's what I thought. Can't blackmail me, but I did think of something for Dylan.
Well, I mean, all blackmail is acceptable. It all works.
All right.
But if those of you that are just tuning in, there's a couple things to keep in mind. If you do the thing !DnD, you'll see a little command there. You can influence the game in various different ways as it's going on. As a quick recap of what we're doing here, this is a anime-style homebrew one-shot that Justin kind of helped on, I guess, and then made me do all the work. So it's pretty much completely made up. This isn't based off of anything in particular. There's no previous thing used. This is all just me spending the last week and a half just typing up paragraphs of stuff.
To real persons living or dead is purely coincidental, etc., etc.
Right, exactly.
Hey, wait, do I get to do my character now?
No, I don't care about you. It's a good question. If you redeem something that's to ban it in the game, it depends on what it is. I'll have to I'll make that judgment call. But all right, I guess Justin, who are you playing? Who are you?
Well, thank you.
Why do we care about? Why should we care about you? And that I don't
because I have a really cool beard.
Well,
it's Justin Wallace. Well, I mean, it's a thoughtful lie. That's what counts. So, Justin Wallace, today I'm going to be playing Coach Q, a recently divorced football coach coaching the Fighting Piglets. Go Piglets. Oink, oink.
Go Piglets.
Favorite food is victory. I don't blackmail because I believe in honesty as a paladin.
Yeah, but like, what can I use against you to blackmail you as a person?
Oh, me personally, or my character?
Like, no, you as a person. Like, if I wanted to blackmail you to do whatever I wanted, what information can you give me that would allow me to do that?
In the 4th grade, I cried in front of the whole class because I lost a spelling bee. There you go. There's some good blackmail.
I gotcha. So, for everyone that's watching or listening, the whole purpose of what we're doing here with this anime D&D One Shot is the players are it's going to be heavy anime influence. This is a test. The hope is that everyone enjoys this enough that we can do tweaks and then eventually turn this into like a full campaign that does periodically stream and also turns into potentially more things as well. So anything you might see or hear today could be drastically changed by the time a campaign would go around. So if you do end up getting addicted to the stuff that's going on right now, just keep in mind that a lot of the stuff you see right now might change because we are doing a test. So please email us or let us know things that you like, that you didn't like. If you really hated Justin, you want to make sure you never see his face again, I highly encourage you to tell us that because I take that to heart. You know, I don't want him to feel like that he has to be here. But we'll get there one day at a time. But we're going to have some fun with it. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well.
I'm very excited.
I know nothing about
play
D&D.
so rarely.
You're going to learn today. You're going to learn some stuff now.
Well, let's stop for a 3-hour lecture on proper dice etiquette before we start.
Yeah, so when you guys are rolling your dice, on that side, I don't care how you roll your dice. If you want to roll them in person, if you want to use Roll20 or various different things, if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat. So anyone have any last minute questions before we share the screen and you all mentally prepare yourselves to enter the world?
All right.
We all good? Everybody? Justin, take yourself off mute, you sack of shit.
I'm sharing to different places over here. I'm putting in work, man. It's that behind the scenes stuff. The stuff that never gets seen is the stuff that really matters.
Well, yeah, the stuff that I like,
appreciated.
the stuff that I really, really need to do. And like, I'm like, there's too many screens up. I have too many screens up. The odds of me being able to do it. Here you go, Liquify. Congrats, man. Definite congrats. But no, I'm looking forward to this. We're gonna go ahead and share the screen right now. You guys can prepare yourselves. I mean, you guys already saw this, but chat hasn't seen this yet. But bam, there we go. Welcome to Anime Warriors. There you go. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, totally non-copyrighted screen.
Oh man, I almost saw a wheel. I almost saw a wheel just as good as this one time.
You think so? But like, I feel like wheels are just like are too good, and that like, so like you really got to appreciate the wheel because, you know what I mean. Like you just don't know, you know. But no, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be fun. Anyone have anything they want to like share with anybody really quick as we kind of get the word out about this? Anyone want to share any expectations? Anything you're looking forward to? Do you think you're gonna get killed? Like how much do you think I'm gonna try to kill you? The answer is a lot.
I can only hope, you know.
Yeah.
I'm safe as long as Justin's here.
Well,
Justin will receive no bardic inspirations this entire session. I
appreciate that.
As a bard,
get the best of both worlds.
I'm gonna make sure. Yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna heavily encourage, like we talked about earlier, a lot of role play. So when you guys are doing things, highly encourage you guys to just go crazy with the role play, have fun with it. Justin is 100% gonna die.
Love that.
Like see, I am a god, so I do have that power.
That's my expectation now.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, I feel like I've just done my job wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are we as podcasters if we can't kill off imaginary characters?
Absolutely.
Well, right.
I thought you meant you were going to actually kill Justin.
Well,
I mean, I want to.
He's been trying.
I really legitimately want to.
I didn't even think we were talking about the game yet.
Not really. I kind of just need to make sure he dies.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we label it as role play, I feel like we could get away with just about anything.
Of course,
for sure.
Oh yeah,
that will hold up in court.
We should easily be able to get away with whatever we want. Like, but no, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna share the screen here. So you guys, no more friendly person anymore. Now you guys get DM me. Last time for the chat, I'll post this periodically, but if you use the command !DnD, you can influence the game. If you give 2 subs or 500 bits, you can do what the command says and go from there.
What keep rolling ones?
Let me bring open. Oh, that's not gonna. I gotta make sure that doesn't pop up.
Well, that was the whole plot right there.
I know that was the entire plot. It's only sharing the one screen, but it's not.
What did that say about a Tarrasque?
You know, it says that you all die like in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I saw Velociraptor in there somehow.
Well, yeah.
Oh no, that's my mount in the game.
Oh,
well,
okay.
Yeah. Well, now I got to make sure that I can hide that from popping up for you guys. Because I didn't think it was going to share all the screens.
Hey, are we allowed to yeet characters?
Big yeet.
I think it's encouraged.
Technically,
like fastball special yeet or like.
Is anyone halfling, dwarf,
yeet?
or no?
I don't know.
Bigly?
Is anyone?
No, I'm an elf.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm just trying to make sure I'm like crap. I got to make sure you guys don't see a bunch of screens because it's like sharing everything. It's a disadvantage to being Roll20. All right. Well, we're gonna start. I know what I'm doing for the most part, and then I'm just going to. I think I'm gonna have to email myself my OneNotes and pull that up on my phone while we're doing stuff. It doesn't really matter if you guys see
our deaths.
Yeah, you can see your death, but like I got like the D&D things up, and like Roll20, you're gonna see stuff anyway, so that stuff won't really matter too much. Let me full screen this really quick. Okay. So you all find yourselves waking up in the morning, realizing that it's the third day of the convention, and you really haven't had a chance to explore or sit down and enjoy yourselves. You've been pretty much nonstop, either cosplaying, doing various different things, maybe beating up a nerd or two, and generally just trying to enjoy your weekend. But for various different reasons, which you guys can get into, you find yourself realizing that, you know what? I think I want to go to the last day of this convention. So it doesn't really matter in which order. We can go from top down. Justin, why are you going to this convention today? What's been the plan? What was your guy thinking? Why are you going to this thing today?
Well, I was recently divorced. I'm going through some dark times, drinking a lot, doing a bunch of blow, that sort of thing. And in my off time, my job coaching all these little 8th graders, I get frustrated and I just need a break. I need to get away. I need to just go somewhere kind of out of my comfort zone and kind of clear my head. And I had an old buddy hit me up, said there's a convention going on. So that's what I'm going to do is hit up this convention with him and see if I can finally get that mental clarity I've been needing.
Okay. Mark, why when you woke up this morning, what was your plan for the day? Why are you doing what you're doing today?
Well, can you do Cameron first, because mine is tied to his?
That's fine. Cameron, what are you thinking today? When you woke up today and you realized that you felt like going to this convention, what's your motivation? Why are you here?
Oh, my motivation is purely business. I need to put on my black leather pants, get my hair ready, put on a little bit of tanning oil, and I'm just fully ready to promote my Instagram and Twitch feed. And I've already posted that I'm gonna be there, and I'm inviting a bunch of people to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna be taking pictures with, like, in my mind, all the hotties the whole time. It's gonna be a great day of just promoting and just looking good, just promoting the brand.
How much of your fan base is going to be there?
Well, okay, fan base is purely virtual. it's all about the likes, it's all about living.
Everything's in his mind.
He's trying to be an influencer. He's trying to get to influencer status.
Hopefully the fates are kind to you. Mark, since you wanted to continue off of that, when you woke up this morning and realized that you were going to go to this convention, what's your motivation?
So, Ezekiel is someone I like to beat up on, and been kind of feeling down on myself this weekend. Kind of had my girlfriend dump me and had some run-ins with my dad. So I got some frustration to deal out, and I heard that there's a whole convention of nerds that Ezekiel's at, and I'm going to go bust some heads.
Okay, I approve. Jason, when you woke up this morning, realized you're going to this convention, what's your motivation? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Right. And see, that's it's not normally in my comfort zone. I normally spend a lot of my time in the temple and really just been really trying to better myself and climb the ranks of it. So I don't really go out too much, but under reluctancy, Soma convinced me to say, "Hey, there's this convention going on, and I think you should get out the house a little bit." And I was just like, "All right, you convinced me. You pulled my arm. I'll go." And then I tagged along with him.
Okay. Dylan, why are you at this convention today? What's your motivation for showing up?
So my motivation is just that I've been really down lately and sad about all the my favorite anime characters dying off, and it's been haunting my sleep. So I figured I could go and get around a bunch of other like-minded people. I convinced my buddy Jason here that if we went off onto this convention and he left, I would go to the temple and pray with him, even though I don't like religion or deities or anything like that. But he would have to start my favorite anime.
Okay. All right, I like that. So, through various different reasons and periodic adventures, beating up nerds, maybe, Mark, on your way to the convention, maybe you stopped for gas and you saw someone also stopping for gas that looked kind of nerdy, so maybe you drop kicked him into the gas pump a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Stole his ticket actually to the con.
There you go. That's how you get in. All right. So we had our first person give enough to give you guys something. Unfortunately, they gave me the option of deciding what happens.
All right.
So Justin, disadvantage on the first thing that you do.
Oh, awesome.
But okay, so very periodically, you all through various different methods, whether you're carpooling with each other or going on various adventures, you find your way arriving at the convention. Some of you are pretty used to this thing. Mark, this is like, you don't know what to feel. You are just seeing a room full of people that you just want to go punch in the face. So how are you reacting to this? You are walking in, all you're seeing is people in cosplay, furry suits. It is a culture shock.
Well, first I awkwardly try to hit on some nerd chicks that I see.
All right, roll a general charisma check.
All right.
First roll the one shot.
That's a 4.
All right, so describe to me how you butcher this attempt. You walk up to a girl cosplaying from an anime called Kill la Kill. She's wearing a pretty skimpy outfit. She's carrying like a giant foam weapon. How do you butcher this?
All right, so I walk up and I'm just like, so, Transformers, right? Michael Bay did great work, right?
She just looks at you and goes, jackass, and then walks away, leaving you feeling very dejected.
I mutter something about how, whatever, nerd anyway.
For the rest of you, you're pretty excited. You've been to a lot of conventions before. This is the last day of the convention. There's supposed to be a lot of exciting things going on. Talk me through your first moments of this convention. After a while, you guys do start getting kind of tired. You realize you kind of want a break. You're not really too sure where you could go. All of you collectively realize that the anime room is a pretty good place to chill. Mark, for you, we're going to do something a little bit different. But for the rest of you, I want you to just kind of describe to me your day at the con and why you thought that this was the moment you needed to take a break. Justin, we'll go with you first.
Well, I'm looking for replacements for my football team because they're awful. All right, last week my quarterback threw the football straight into my center's rear end. He's still in ICU getting leather picked out of his butt. So I'm going to do some divine sense, which usually allows me to detect good and evil. For this, I want to detect football players. Who's some beefy guys that I can get on my football team?
All right, roll me a spellcasting check.
All right.
General spellcasting check. So look your roll. Also mark off that you are using a spell slot. I'm just kidding. I know what divine
is. This at disadvantage?
Yeah, this is a disadvantage.
All right. 14.
All right. So you feel internally, you feel football player. You start feeling Bud Light. You start channeling Monster energy drinks, touchdowns, cheerleaders. You internalize these feelings, and you get a ping from a certain person who just walked in, who's wearing a Letterman's jacket, walking around, and so you see a certain character. Mark, describe your character. Kind of what would you be doing at this point in the con? You're starting to get a little tired.
Okay, so I have a shaved crew cut head, kind of pudgy, but like with a hint of muscle. If you think like Kingpin from Daredevil, wearing a Letterman's jacket that said I graduated 2 years ago, and just like kind of staring around, but you just see this thing where I'm just like I look kind of pissed, but every now and again, like a girl will come up and I'll be like, hey, and then they'll walk past me and just keep walking. And that's pretty much me.
Okay. So Justin, as you channel these feelings, it pings a certain person. What do you want to do?
I want to go to that person. I'm recruiting for my god-awful team.
All right. Really quick, we'll go back to you guys. Kind of think of what your interaction is going to be like. We're going to jump to the other three right now. Dylan, Jason, and Cameron. The three of you are kind of just going throughout the con. Talk me through your con day. Talk me through the moment you're starting to realize maybe you want to break. What's your con adventure been like so far?
So I think for me and Phelan here, we were just walking around. We just got out of a convention about my favorite anime, a TED Talk on it by the creator himself. And it was just so many bombs that he was just dropping on us about future stuff that's going to happen that we just couldn't handle any more convention. We needed a break.
Okay. Any fun adventures? Have you tried heading on any girls? You got, if you guys tried anything different? You guys all had various different reasons for being here.
I'm just too upset to speak to anyone other than my boy right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I respect it. So periodically, the three of you kind of find your way into the anime room. Kind of take a seat. Are you guys gonna think you sit together? What do you think you might sit in the room when you walk in?
I'm definitely gonna stick noticing how down that Soma still is from his all these anime deaths he's been having to deal with lately. I'm definitely trying to stick close and try and be there for him in case he needs a shoulder to cry on.
Okay. You start crying?
Me? I don't know. No, I don't start crying, but I'm holding it in as hard as I can. But I go find like the darkest, shadiest corner, and I go sit there Indian style in the corner.
Okay, so you go in the corner, kind of sit down, kind of try to collect yourself a little bit. They're playing like episode 267 of One Piece, so it's like it's right in the middle of like just random stuff. There's really not a lot to follow, but that's just what they're playing right now. Jason and Cam, what about you guys? Where do you think you might go in and sit in this room?
Yeah, I'll probably still. I don't think I'll go into the furthest, deepest corner of him, but I still want to be, in earshot of Soma in case he needs anything. I'm kind of just like, I found a chair right near him, and I'm just kind of admiring some of the goods I came across as we were walking around the con and stuff.
Okay. Do you think any of you guys would have purchased anything at this point in the convention? Maybe like some figurines, some artwork, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I purchased a sword. I happened to come across a sword when we were in a booth for. We were stopped by one for one of his One Piece stalls, and they had some swords, so I happened to grab a sword from some legendary swordsman from the show.
Okay. I like that. So Justin and Mark, we're gonna jump to you guys. Justin, you've pinged this guy, you've seen him. He's the epitome of football player. How are you approaching him?
I'm gonna walk up with like a hurry, like I'm walking with a purpose. Like I found the guy that is going to change my luck and take us to that state title.
Okay.
So I walk up to him and I say, "Hey, how much? Let me ask you this. Be honest with me. Let me ask you this. How much can you bench?"
I first of all, I look at him. Have you described yourself yet?
Oh no.
Yeah. Why don't you? How is this guy working out? As you guys are doing this, I'm going to start emailing OneNotes to myself, but I want you guys dive into this. How are you approaching this man?
All right. So he's a early 20s, about 22, 23. He's kind of got a beer gut, and you can just look into his eyes and say, "You've been through a lot, guy." You can just see the sadness. He's got one of those visors. You've seen the head football coaches wear visors like 24/7. Yeah,
of course.
He's got that button-up shirt tucked into some like khaki shorts. That's kind of what the vibe he's giving off.
Okay, so how are you convincing this man? Again, you want him to join your football team. Where are you? It's a weird place for a conversation. There's a lot of people walking around. Every time a certain person walks by, you notice Mark tends to like twitch and like look like he's gonna like jut out and punch him in the face. Seems like he's pretty uneasy in the place he's at right now. He's very on edge.
So I'll go up and I'll ask again, "Hey, Coach Q, how much do you bench?" I'll put my hand out to shake his hand.
I look at him and be like, "Oh, I know it's not cool but that's your lifestyle. I'm not into that."
Roll an insight check, Justin.
That's a 1.
All right, you generally he says that to you, and you immediately are just like, "Oh, I guess he's not a football player."
If you change your mind and you feel like playing for the Fighting Piglets, here's my card. You find me. I'm gonna go finish crying in the corner. You have yourself a wonderful day.
I take a little bit of pity on him, and I look at the card, and I go, because I realize now that it's not a come on, and like,
it's a blank coupon card to Sonic.
Well, I'm still excited to go to Sonic, so I kind of take it. I'm like, Hey man, I didn't realize you were talking about football. I haven't played since I busted my knee my senior year. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking for a guy here. And I describe Ezekiel. I don't know if he's described himself yet.
So you describe a guy with black leather pants, no shirt, a cape for some reason that seems to always be billowing as if there's a fan underneath it.
So I look at him and I go, "Have you seen a nerd around here?" Sorry, a dweeb.
All right, so
he's a little short guy. Where's a fucking cape? I don't know. Like, I'm looking for him. If you can help me find him, maybe I'll consider playing football for you.
All right.
Oh, Justin, so you're looking for like Legolas, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Justin, roll.
I don't know. I don't have any idea who Legolas is. By the
Justin,
way.
roll a intelligence check.
Oh, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, well, I gotta get you somewhere for a reason.
17 minus 1 is 16.
Okay, so as he says this, you go, wait a minute, I thought I just saw a bunch of nerds. One of them looked like he was about to start crying. Go into the anime room. So you remember that you think you saw someone heading to the anime room.
So I can't tell one nerd from the other, other than Ash from Pokemon, the Pokemans. That's the only one that sticks out. But I did see someone with some really tight pants, topless, going to the anime
That's
room.
him.
Can we do a media res moment right now? Mind. Ezekiel Firestarter is having a great day. He's got his pants on. He's flirting with girls. Sometimes they flirt back. He's standing like kind of near the front of the convention, but not right at the front. Just kind of off to the side, posing for pics, trying to find the hottest cosplayers that are there, the other hottest cosplayers, and just taking pictures with them as much as possible. And I think he's just like, hey, hit me up, follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm on TikTok too. Are you on the talk? Are you on the talk? Yeah, check me out on the talk. I definitely bought like a really stupid like white and red demon mask that I keep holding and sometimes putting on for pictures. Anyway, I'm having a great time. And then I think almost immediately, I think I would have spotted Muscles. Can I roll a perception check for that?
It's pretty clear he's heading for the room anyway. You guys are already sitting in there.
Out.
Yeah, you guys are already in the room. You're already kind of waiting for it, and then you just kind of like see Justin walk in with this guy who you've been trying to avoid. What would that first interaction be? What would that be like when you see this guy?
Wait, before
it's Muscles.
Before we get to that, as we're walking to the room, I just turn to Coach and I'm just like, do you normally like look for football players at a convention? Because I feel like like a gym might be a better place to find players.
Well, I tried that, but I was kicked out of Planet Fitness. Turns out you can't.
Planet what?
I was kicked out of Planet Fitness. Okay, it's not one of my proudest moments. There's a gentleman, and he was getting jumped by two big guys, and I was like, man, I got help. So I jumped in. There was no way he could take on all three of us. So we beat the tar out of this guy, and I got banned. Go figure, right?
Oh no, okay. That happened to me like last Thursday from like 3 different gyms. So, getting banned, not trying to help anyone, but as we walk in, I see him, and my eyes just narrow, like it's that anime moment with the lines, it's just like
right. So roll like, what are you doing? Like when you saw this guy, you've been looking for this nerd.
Can I like? First of all, I immediately bust into intimidation. Just like giving him like the most aggravated look.
Okay. Roll an intimidation check.
Before I roll that, I also turn to Coach and I just say, guard the door.
Okay. So, Coach, are you listening to this guy, or are you just going to take orders from this man?
There's like 20 doors. I don't know what door. Oh, he left. He's gone.
I missed that there's more than one door. I just told him to guard the one. All right, so I rolled a 16 on my intimidation check.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of what do we do. All right, Ezekiel, roll me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage because you're already afraid of this guy.
Wisdom save would normally be for fear, but
or wisdom. I'll let you choose.
My wisdom, I have a lower score, so I'm gonna take wisdom. Actually, that's a 7.
All right. You are petrified. He has busted out like the full Letterman's jacket, and just like you are like, oh fuck, like what do I do?
This is
like
full nightmare scenario for Ezekiel, who tries to maintain a persona. He is definitely eyes like Bambi, or deer in headlights. Doesn't know what to do.
I'd like to go up and grab him by his cape before he can like slip away.
Okay. Are you letting this happen? Or are you going to resist him in any way?
I'm gonna go. Muscles don't.
He yells at you not to do this, but roll a grapple check. Roll a strength check.
Perfect.
Both of you roll a strength check. We'll do a comparison.
Oh hell yeah! That's a 23.
All right, Ezekiel, can you roll me a strength check, please?
Yeah, that's a nat 1.
All right. He just literally bull rushes you and completely takes you over. And very quickly, in about 5 minutes, Justin, I'm going to have you roll quickly, talk about what we're doing here, because I got to go get the laptop, because I have a link that I can use, but I need to be able to grab another computer in order to access it. So I'll be running around and grabbing something really quick. But that'll be in a second here. So let me bring you guys. So as you you grab him, and just as you're about to punch him in the face, you guys notice that they're on episode 275 of One Piece. So that it's a little bit of time has passed. And all of a sudden you notice that the screen starts pulsating.
The fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything.
All of you.
This is a wicked rave.
Justin, you're by the door. Roll me a quick perception check.
3.
All right. You do not notice. You do not notice this.
Nope. I'm looking at these pants, man.
Grown...
These are the tightest pants. I'm trying to figure out how one gets into tight leather.
I'll give the rest of the party. I'll give everyone roll me a perception check.
Actually, how does that have a better perception than intimidation? All right. I've got a 19.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Right. Okay, Mark, I'm gonna have yours at disadvantage. Sorry, because you are currently grappling about to punch a nerd.
No, that's fair. So that'll be an 11.
All right. So what did everyone else roll? I heard an 11.
I rolled a 1, so I don't notice anything because I'm just crying in the corner by myself.
Yeah, you momentarily forget what's going on, and you just start watching One Piece.
Yeah.
Like eyes full of tears. You're just zoned into One Piece. Like you hear your friend like yelling, and you're just like, "This is a good arc." You're totally zoomed in. Everybody else. Okay, so 1, 11.
I got a 15.
15 by Jason. Cameron, what did you roll?
8.
8. Technically, yours would also be at a disadvantage, but you didn't see it anyway, so it's fine. Jason, you're not 100% sure, but as the screen starts pulsating, you're pretty sure you hear the sound of a door locking.
Peculiar.
So you can say something about that, or you can kind of keep that to yourself.
I just look at Soma for a second. I'm just like, be on your toes. Something maybe afoot.
We also switch screens here. So this is what you guys see. Just pretend it's One Piece, because there's not an actual screen of One Piece that I could find. So suck it up and deal with it. But as you guys are sitting there and the screen starts pulsating, Jason, like I said, you're pretty sure you hear a door locking of some sort, and it starts pulsating like faster and faster and faster and faster. And it seems like the room starts spinning, and none of you can really make heads or tails of what's going on. It's like up is down, down is up. Like it's like it feels like every part of you is being pulled in 1,000 different directions at one time.
Knock it off! I'm gonna pound you.
As you're trying to beat up a nerd, and you're You're trying to like focus and pay attention, and you like can barely grab a hold of him, and everything's just going in pure chaos. And all of a sudden, who said they were sitting closer to the screen? Who would have been closer? I know Dylan, you were in the back.
I was in the back.
You said you were in the back.
I'm pretty close to Dylan. I'm like maybe like 5-10 feet away.
Okay, so you're both in the back. Cameron, you're currently being grappled. Justin, you're by the door, so you'll be the closest. All of you notice as the screen starts pulsating and there's these bright, vibrant colors flashing, and you can't tell if you want to hurl or throw up. Like you really don't quite understand what you're going to be doing. You watch Justin just fly into the screen and disappear.
Go Piglets!
I let go of Ezekiel's thing and try to like turn and run.
All right, so as you go to run, you hear a voice in your head go, "No," and you're yanked into the screen.
I just no.
Dylan, Cameron, as he lets go of your jacket, you kind of stumble back for a second, kind of knocking over a couple chairs. You manage to stand up, trying to orient yourself to where you are, and before you know it, you're sucked into the screen.
No!
Jason and Dylan, you're both in the back. Dylan, you finally realize that One Piece actually isn't playing anymore. And you just watched 3 people get sucked through a screen. I'm going to give you guys a quick second to react because you were in the very back. So you feel yourself being pulled towards this screen.
Yeah.
And it's like a wall of wind, and it's just pulling you harder and harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, I get up and I walk towards the screen to try to fix One Piece and figure out why the fuck it turned off.
All right. So you kind of get up, Jason. You're kind of like watching him get up, and you're like, hey, are you okay? And you just watch him like make a beeline for the screen, and he just yells, "One Piece!" and leaps into the screen, and he vanishes.
What's funnier about that is that he went to the screen and not the obvious projector.
So, Jason, it's a quick moment. You're alone in this room. You just watch your friend run towards the screen. You got 6 seconds. What are you doing?
I'm kind of just like, well, I guess we're doing this. And I kind of just like sit cross-legged on the ground and just like allow myself to be sucked into the screen.
All right. So as you notice, you get sucked into the screen here. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a speech here. And then, Justin, that's when I'm going to have you quickly do something for me so I can run and grab the laptop. As the only heroes we could find hurtle through space and time, wondering what they're doing and why they are coming here, thinking about that corn dog they bought from outside the convention and wondering if it was really a corn dog. Realizing that they're going to miss the newest episode of My Mom's Basement, the newest crazed reality TV show. Anyway, our current anime warriors are traveling through a new world as a new song starts to build in all of your heads as you're being pulled through this weird vortex of flashing images. You see monsters and warriors and battles and a guy screaming for like just insane, and his hair bursts into a golden flame. Like, you can't really make sense of this. A lot of you have an idea of what's going on. Mark, you are just like, this is completely disorienting more than ever because you have no idea what's going on here.
Of course.
You start hearing the song "A Whole New World," which is quickly met by another voice that goes, "Nope, sorry, we're not allowed to do that. That's copyrighted." To which the other voice says, "Shit, you're right." And he proceeds to continue talking. Fine. A world set in chaos where Reginald the 69th has upset the natural order of the Aniverse. His pure love for clay animation and remaking all anime in his image has plunged normal separate worlds into pure chaos. Doors which should have remained closed forever have now awoken. As these replacements, or literally the only people that happen to be in this room at this very time, land in a small port town with music in the air and ships all around them, hopefully they realize it's probably time to hit a new gear, but let's face it, this is all we could find. We're probably screwed. So, you awake to find yourselves, like you literally fall into sand. You literally come out of this portal right into sand, and you kind of like stand up, you kind of brush some sand out of your eyes, and this does not look like a normal world. You can see like some ships in a harbor, and you can kind of hear birds in the air, but you look down and none of you look like yourselves. Mark, or Muscles and Gaddis, you in particular, you're a little embarrassed by this. You've never told anyone your secret fantasy about Muscles McBadass. Yeah, and you look down and you look like Muscles McBadass.
I was just going to say, he's basically Khal Drogo. Like, the wish.com version of Khal Drogo. Because my character is completely unoriginal, and Game of Thrones is cool. It's not for nerds. So that would be his. I'm basically just shirtless, pants, 8-pack, like completely ripped. I'm wielding an axe in one hand that I'm just like, holy shit. And I look down at myself and I'm like, fuck yeah. Because no one knows that I write fan fiction about Muscles Macbeth.
It's true. The rest of you, as you awake on this sand and look at yourselves, you all look like you all look like your secret D&D characters or characters that you've thought about. So I want each of you, you've just awoken, you're brushing sand off of you, describe for each other what you look like and figure out who each other are. The last thing you remember is you were sucked through a TV screen. Muscles, the last thing you remember is you were trying to beat up a nerd, and now you're staring at 4 completely different people, like elves and dragons, and like. Not only that, all of you roll me perception checks before I go grab a laptop here.
9.
14.
Okay.
16.
16.
7.
7.
15
okay.
again.
15 again. Okay. Those of you who rolled over a 14, you notice that not only do you look different, so does everything else. The world doesn't seem real. It seems almost animated, fake. Even more than that, you notice certain part, the one who rolled a 16, you see like clay animation. You see like a bird flying in the sky and you see it just jutting like a PNG image and you kind of just brush it off and you move on.
I look at
the rest of you.
Oh, right.
I want you really quickly describe what your characters now look like.
Right.
What do you interact with each other? I'm going to run and grab a laptop, but this is your chance. You just awoke in this new world that clearly is not real.
So I shouldn't have had that hot dog. Holy shit, that was terrible. I don't know if it was the mustard, the ketchup, but I don't feel so good.
I look at him and I'm just like, are we on my DeviantArt page?
I look over at Phelan and I say, bro, we were just watching One Piece and now we're on a beach. I think I know where we're at.
Oh, you would know. It definitely seems like you may be at home here.
What's One Piece? Let's explain that one to me.
Yeah, explain that. I don't know what.
Listen, Pap, we don't have enough time here for me to explain the amazing fiction.
No, I need to know the details of every episode summarized.
Episode 1.
So one thing I'm curious about, Ezekiel, are you announcing who you really are?
I think the problem with Ezekiel is that he was cosplaying as the person he wanted to be. So he's just a little bit taller with pointier ears. His eyeliner is now just a part of his eyes. I think Ezekiel sees a bunch of different people, but as far as Ezekiel goes, he looks just a little bit taller.
So if I saw that, he would be the first person I would go to. And I'd go, Ezekiel, you twerp, what did you do? And I charge forward with my axe, like ready, just instinctively knowing like how to wield it in the most.
Roll an attack.
I'm not attacking. I'm threatening.
I'll say, could I jump in between them and try to stop it so we can figure this out?
Can I make an acrobatics check to avoid?
Ooh.
I'm not attacking. I'm intimidating.
Oh, you're intimidating. Okay, roll an intimidation check.
All right. Damn, that was cocked. That's gonna be 17.
Okay. You're pretty intimidated. This guy who has just said that he is the guy who was trying to bully you is now a ripped guy with a giant axe, and he's running at you. So you're sufficiently pretty freaked out by this. All right, Chronic Nerd. Who do you want to get advantage or disadvantage? Do you want it to go to a player or an enemy? They're not currently fighting anyone, but they will be. Also, thank you for the 500 bits, Chronic. But so the way that works is you get to choose. Who gets advantage? Who gets player? Okay, do you want them to have advantage or disadvantage on their next roll? You can choose either. You can be a troll or you can help them out.
I'm gonna look over at Phelan. I'm gonna look over at Phelan real quick. I'm gonna ask him if it's against his religion to gamble on who the winner of this fight's gonna be.
Absolutely not. I strongly encourage.
I'm taking muscles.
As they're talking, I look over and I didn't interact with you before we came in here, but describe yourselves as I say, who the hell are you two?
All right, so I am a...
Okay, Muscles McBadass. You get advantage on your next roll. Or a roll of your choosing.
Nice.
All right, cool. I'll hold on to that.
I'm sorry I didn't do it sooner, but you guys do also notice this is the town that you've arrived in. You are all currently here.
Like on the beach? Okay.
You are on the beach. So the rest of you, this guy, Muscles McBadass, has just asked you to identify yourself.
So I look down at my hands. I don't know what's going on, but I'm covered in like ruby scales now from head to toe. I still have my regular outfit and stuff on, but now I have like a chainmail chest plate on over top of it. And I also have a black cloak without my arms in it. It just hangs off my shoulders at all times. That I bought it at the convention, but now I can't remove the cloak anymore from my shoulders.
Okay. Just because, Dylan, I want you to roll me a perception check, and I want you to do it at advantage.
12.
Is that with advantage?
Advantage, that means I roll again.
Oh, yeah. So advantage, you roll twice, take the higher number.
13.
All right. So as you kind of look, you notice that a lot of the ships have pirate symbols on them.
Oh, my God. I knew I was right, Flynn. I know where we're at.
It's a good call.
I look over and I'm like, are we in that Johnny Depp movie?
Oh, my God.
Not too far off.
Even better.
So you kind of notice at this point, like you're all kind of yelling fairly loud at each other, and you notice if you've kind of attracted a few looks. And as you're kind of like looking up, an older gentleman, he's got like a little kind of hat on, a little bit of like a pinwheel in his hat. Has a name tag that says Mayor on it as he's running up to you guys. Pinwheel in his hat, got a scar like kind of down the middle of his face. Looks like he's been kind of like stitched up pretty bad. He runs up to you, grabs you guys, and go, "Who are you? How did you get here? Why do you look like that?"
I'm gonna like pop in, I think, before I can see anybody else say anything, and I'm just gonna be like, "We're a traveling circus group."
All right, roll me a deception check with disadvantage because you struggled to get that out.
What if I
help him out?
Like a backflip?
I want to start juggling.
Yeah. I would like to point out that getting transported to this world has made Muscles even dumber. So he almost has a moment of like, "Are we?
What?
Can I do like a backflip?"
Okay, so your friend. Okay, so I will allow you to help him, but you need to tell me how exactly are you helping him with this lie?
Well, I grabbed the nearest thing that resemble balls like coconuts or shells, and I tried juggling them to show him that we really are in the circle.
I hate you so much. All right, roll me I don't know. Roll me a investigation check because you got to find coconuts.
Investigation. Oh.
You need to find something that you could make some music with, unless you have something on your character that you think you could make music with.
No, nothing on me. I got an axe, but I don't want to be juggling that. That's not safe.
Okay. You do also notice, as the rest of you are kind of, I'll give you a quick second here. You all have like swords and weapons and various different things on you that you clearly have not had before. As you see everyone pulling out axes and swords, and you're very curious as to where you're storing this, especially Muscles. You have a brief moment of clarity where you think and go, "Where did I pull this axe from?"
I kind of look around for like hidden pouches, obviously not having any since I'm really only wearing pants.
Yeah, it's a little concerning to some of you that have pointed weapons where this came from.
I got a 15 on my investigation.
All right. You don't find coconuts because if you've looked at the map, there's no palm trees. You're literally on an empty beach. So you find 2 hermit crabs that are crawling around the beach, and you grab them, and you're like, yeah, this works. And you just start banging the hermit crabs together.
He's not even juggling them. He's just
he's like
beating
music. He's like music.
I'm making music work.
All right.
I'll have you roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you know how to juggle.
17 plus 1, 18.
All right, you actually you kind of get the weight for the hermit crabs as you're kind of avoiding them trying to pinch you, and you're like, I think I can do this. And you start tossing one in the air a little bit, get a feel for the weight. And you're like, yeah, I got this. And you just start busting out. Like, you kind of stumble a little bit, but you manage to save yourself. So Cameron, I'll have you roll that deception check at a regular roll now.
Okay, thank you. Oh no, that's an 8.
All right. So Justin, you do this great job of building it up that you're like this troop of adventurers and travelers, and then you go, and off to you, Ezekiel. And then Ezekiel just kind of stands there and he goes, how would a swallow carry a coconut? And
I'd like to throw a crab at him.
Everyone's kind of like, all right, roll a dex check. It's a straight dexterity check.
Oh, me?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're attacking him.
Oh.
You're throwing a crab at him.
Dexterity 9 plus. It's a 12.
All right, you kind of get it close to his feet a little bit here as this guy just runs back over to you guys, and he just kind of goes, okay, that's clearly not true, but come with me. You can't be seen here. And he he rushes you all towards the house over this way. Oh, I got to click on. I can't click on that map. No, over here. He gestures you towards this house, and he starts he's pushing you. He is he's looking around in a dead panic. He is very on edge right now.
As we're walking, I turn to Coach and I just say, if you put your ear to the ocean, you can hear one of those shells.
Are you buying this at all?
No, I believe this. This is me.
Oh, okay.
I'm stupid enough to get this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I overhear this, and I'm just like, I don't think that's how that works. You might have that backwards.
No, I think it's right.
Oh, okay.
Are you going with this guy at all, or?
I'm gonna spot if I heard if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, it doesn't make a sound.
Well, why would it just fall?
Oh, these
Gravity.
jocks.
As he says that,
I follow the guy.
Do I hear that? Because I would be cracking my knuckles.
For brevity's sake, you all follow this guy.
All right.
You run into the house. He kind of pushes you inside and slams the door shut behind you. You see him kind of periodically look and check, make sure no one's following you guys.
All right. Hey, calm yourself. What's going on here?
He's like, how did you get here? Who are you?
I don't know. I was trying to beat up on this dipshit, and then suddenly I've got sucked into a screen.
Like what? What's a screen?
I don't know.
It's it's like a thing you watch movies on and shows. Your favorite shows.
Let's see if any of you are paying attention. All of you roll me intelligence checks. Because something was said.
I love my dump stat.
In character, I'll give you a chance to remember it.
Crit fail.
I got 12 minus 1, 11.
That's a nat 1 with my -2 intelligence. It's negative.
All right,
1.
That's a -1. What else did I hear?
I got an 11.
Okay, 11.
I got 7.
I don't even want to use my
12 minus 1, Bushido. 12 minus 1.
12 minus 1. Okay, 11.
So 11.
Yeah, I got 8. Dumb as hell.
Okay. Okay. All right. God. All right. Gotta love when your entire party fails a roll and you're like,
we're
shit.
We're not that great.
Okay. Those of you who got an 11, you kind of remember when you were being teleported here, a voice was yelling things at you in a really passive aggressive tone, and you think you remember the word hero, and that's the only thing you can remember.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna look at the guy and I'm gonna ask him straight out where we're at exactly.
Okay.
Here's
Here's a moment for all of you. I'm about to tell you the name of this town. If you can guess what the name of this town is from, I will give you a DM inspiration.
Can I guess already?
Sure.
Is it from One Piece?
I'm going to tell you the name, and you have to tell me. He says, "Okay, well, we need to figure this out, but yeah, I guess should tell you where you are. Well, this is the town Letfar."
Sorry, can you spell that?
Where? Yeah, where?
Letfar.
What's with the name tag?
Is that left fart?
Yeah.
What? No, Letfar. It's the name of our town. And I'll give you guys, as I'm describing this, a second to tell me what name is that referencing.
I am completely confused at this. I'm like,
he goes, well, look, we need to figure out how you got here, or why you're even here. You don't remember anything?
I remember a terrible corn dog.
He looks up and he's like, I remember I wanted to kill that little twerp, and
I remember I was getting punched.
Like I feel like none of you seriously remember nothing about how you got here.
I remember watching One Piece and then the screen turned off, and now I'm here.
Again with this screen, I don't understand what One Piece is.
A paper wall.
I know. Perhaps you're the. There's no way. He goes. He kind of looks at all of you as you're kind of like bickering and arguing and talking about punching each other, and he's like, "All right, well, there's no way you're the heroes of legend because you're all idiotic as hell."
Hey,
fine.
that's offensive.
Easy.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
I might be dumb, but I'm strong, sir.
I'm still juggling crabs.
Look, I'm sorry. Just if anyone finds out you're here, you're all going to get killed.
I'd like to see him try to smash my chest.
Well, you've landed in Letfar. It's one of the world's. It's one of the towns in the world that we're in. I don't know. We're a small port town. We have we're pretty close to the East Ocean. There's a few different oceans in this world. It kind of varies places. We have a lot of fighters and warriors. There's always an unruly crowd here, but we used to be a vibrant town, and people used to go on adventures. And yes, as
he's about to give us a quest.
As someone points out, Justin, you have not told me that you stopped juggling crabs, so you're still in this guy's house, just kind of holding crabs.
I keep
juggling.
I keep poking my axe in every now and again to try and interrupt.
Hey.
He's like, we used to be such a great town. He's like putting his hands in his head, and he's very dejected. But we can't even leave port anymore under threat of Reginald Custard the 69th, who we don't know where he came from. He just showed up.
Yeah.
He just showed up one day and just demanded that we no longer go on any adventures, and our world seems to be changing. And that's when as he says this, he pulls out a hand of his who's been in his pocket the whole time, and you notice that his hand looks legitimately like it's made out of like a mud. His right hand looks regular, and his left hand almost looks like it's in this mixture of like a human hand and almost like a mud. And it's like it's moving much slower. It's almost like he's having to work twice as hard to get that hand to move at the same speed that the other hand can. He's like, I don't know why you're here, but if anyone finds out you're here, you're going to be in a lot of, and then you hear like a loud boom, boom, boom on the door.
I yell out just reflexively, "Who is it?"
No one's home.
So immediately the mayor, which none of you bothered to ask his name, Mayor Jiggins is his name, just looks at all of you and then you just hear boom, 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 open up or we'll kick the door down. And he just looks at you guys like, all right, well, I was going to tell you to hide, but never mind. And he walks up to the door and opens it. And this very, you're not really too sure what to make this guy. He's very tall, very muscular, but he's got almost like black shadow all around his eyes. He's got hair that's parted to the side, and he keeps constantly flipping his hair and then staring off into the distance as he opens the door. Like he just kind of stares off into the distance, then he looks back at you, like very dramatically, where like you're not really sure what's going on.
Every time he looks off into the distance, I keep looking at the wall where he's looking and just following. Like, what are you looking at?
I'm gonna lean into Ezekiel and ask him, "Is this a L'Oreal commercial? Are we in a commercial right now?"
Maybe we could compliment his hair. And I go, you have great hair, and I cast Charm Person.
Okay. Let me see. I gotta look up what Charm Person, what he needs to do here.
It'd be a Wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
For new D&D players, can you explain what Charm Person is?
Yeah. Yes. Do you want to do it?
It's where you charm a person.
Where you charm. It's you're doing a spell to attempt to charm someone into being friendly towards you. However, once the spell wears off, or I think if it fails too, they know that you attempted to charm them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
So what is your spell save DC?
13.
He rolled an 18, so immediately.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. And also make sure you mark off that you used a spell slot.
Of course.
You attempt to look at him. What do you do when you cast Charm Person? What do you are you just yelling at this guy? I like your hair.
Yeah, pretty much. Ezekiel doesn't know he has powers.
So you yell at this guy, I like your hair, and he takes a quick moment and he looks like off into the distance outside again, like and flips his hair, and then he goes, "Well, that's just obvious." And then continues with what he was gonna continue with what happened. He goes, "Mayor Jiggins, who are these interlopers? You know that no one's supposed to have adventures while we're here. This is strictly forbidden. You'll have to be brought in for questioning." And he goes to attempt to grab the mayor.
I kind of would just go up and just grab his wrist and be like, well, this guy seems to know something about how we got here, so he's not going anywhere until he tells us how to get home.
Okay. This is why I hate.
Do we know?
Sometimes.
Is he just do we know if he's part of this town or not? For sure.
You have not asked the mayor or the guy that just walked in.
The guy that just walked in.
You have not asked anybody anything. They've just been started talking, and then you guys have just kind of allowed them to happen. So you can ask you can ask who he is.
Yeah, I want to ask him who he is and if he's from this town.
Okay, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Whatever. You're just lucky that I'm." And then again, he flips his hair and stares off into the distance for like a good 10 seconds. and then he turns back to you and he goes, "No, I'm not from this town. I serve Reginald the 69th.
60.
The KFC guy?
Yeah, I keep chuckling at this every time I hear it.
Mark, I need you to roll me a charisma save."
All right. That's a 9.
All right. So as he flips his hair, he looks at you. And again, he flips his hair, but this time he maintains direct eye contact with you, Muscles. And he goes, "The name's Thad Emo Man. How are you?" And immediately you are just entranced by this man. He is the most gorgeous animated character person you have ever seen. You are just like, I love, like you feel
I
like
just
you're
look
in love
at him.
with
I'm like, "You're beautiful."
I'll tell you guys later what he used, but Thad has used emo hair flip.
Gets him every time.
You become entranced. While you're currently saved by him, you just want to do whatever this man tells you to do. So he looks at you and goes, You want to serve Reginald the 69th, don't you?"
69. Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "I don't understand why that's funny, but okay." And so the rest of you just look as he did this hair flip with Muscles, and now Muscles is seemingly like this guy's best friend. Like they're really vibing right now. And the mayor kind of cuts off and he goes, "Look, I'm sorry, I'll explain everything. They don't know the rules here. They don't know how it is. They just you got to give them a chance to explain themselves. Like they'll go through the guidelines. Like you got to let them save themselves." And he looks at the mayor and he goes, "You know what happens if they fail." And Mayor Jiggins looks at you guys and he goes, Can you guys just trust me for a second here?"
Go on.
For sure. You look like a trustworthy guy with your scar and your eye patch and your running hysterically and yelling at us, I trust you 100%.
He immediately casts Dominate Person on all of you, and you're all sold into slavery. You should not have trusted a person you just met, guys.
As I'm charmed, I look over like while they're like trying to come up with a plan. And I'm just like, we probably would fail. That one over there is a little bit of a bitch.
So he kind of looks at the mayor for a second, and okay, he kind of looks at the mayor and he goes, "Fine, per the rules of the Anniverse, per Reginald Custard the 69th, you are permitted to earn your keep in this world by defeating us in a fight. Should you fail, you will be immediately turned into clay animation statues and be forced to appear in Lord Reginald's buildings. I'd ask if you accept." And then he looks at you, Muscles, and he goes, and he kind of like grabs your chin like a little bit, like kind of like with his finger.
Does the like beard twirl?
Yeah, he does like the little beard twirl. And he's like, "But you'll probably want to do it anyway."
Of course, yes. 69.
Again, he's not really sure what's going on and why you guys are very like why you think it's such a funny word, 69, but he kind of just shrugs and he goes, "Have them report to the arena first thing in the morning. Should they fail to appear, we'll kill you." And he walks out and very quickly the people that he's with kind of look just like a rough and tough crew. They've all got like bandanas on, skull and crossbone shirts on. They're all carrying like scimitars and crossbows and things like that, but very over the top. They're like grinning ear to ear. It's almost like the eyes are bulging out of their head, except for the one guy at the end, which you all notice. It looks like his eyes are completely closed, but it looks like he can see you all and is making like movements, but it doesn't look like he should be able to see.
Am I still charmed after he left?
So he's about to leave. So you are temporarily still charmed at this moment.
Okay.
So he does one last hair flip before he leaves. And so the rest of the guys all leave. And he again just does the hair flip and he stares off into the sunset. And then like seemingly out of nowhere, his shirt just explodes off of him. And he's just walking away shirtless into the sunset with his people behind him.
Does he look like he could play football?
Sure. He can play football. He kind of leaves. The mayor quickly runs, shuts the door, and locks it. About like a minute after he leaves, Muscles, you suddenly kind of feel like yourself again.
Oh, that was weird.
And you're sitting there in the mayor's place. That this has just happened. What are you guys doing? You have to report to the arena first thing in the morning.
I kind of look back. I'm like, well, I ain't scared of anyone. And I just like kind of flex my muscles and just like, fuck, I'm made of awesome.
Muscles, your new boyfriend's kind of a shit. I don't like him.
So
he's not my boyfriend. I really like the way his hair looked.
I'm gonna go right up to the mayor and I'm gonna grab him by his pinwheel hat and I'm gonna ask him why he didn't tell us that faster.
He's like, I tried asking you anything and all of you just stared at me and went, I don't know how we got here or what we're doing here. And like,
I for one don't know how we got here or what we're doing here.
Look, I was distracted by the crab juggling.
He's like, yes, it was very impressive. That's actually fairly impressive that he can juggle crabs, but I still don't understand what's going on. But look, I'll tell you what I know. What do you need to know?
What are we fighting?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, look, Lord Reginald Custard the 69th took over this world some time ago. I don't understand why that's so funny. Look, he came from almost a different world. We just lived on ours, and all of a sudden he came from this world that he says he holds like these dark tournaments all the time, and like he came here one day and he had this weird rat thing that was like yellow and had like it kept saying like chew over and over again, and there was like he spouted off some nonsense about he just got done killing the Digi-Destined, whatever that means. That he just
Digi-Destined?
That he just got done like killing some and imprisoning the rest, and we still don't quite understand what it means. But all we know is that ever since he appeared, it's like there's an old prophecy that we all used to be connected in different ways to each other, but it's a myth lost to time. There's no way it's possibly true. I mean, we don't know. Look, he's been ruling this town with an iron fist for years and just forcing us to make these. I don't understand what they're called. We have to make these things out of like mud, and we have to like make a movie out of it. We don't understand it. It takes forever, and we get like nothing done.
Oh, so you do know what screens are, though?
He's like, look, look, not like a screen. Like he's like, yeah, and then he like points, and you look, and he's literally got like one of those old like puppeteer screens with like a curtain where you like kind of would pop up with a like the puppet interact, and he goes, yeah, the screen. We all have to have these in our home and in the town square to put on shows with these clay thingies for Lord Reginald and all of his minions. And
wait, I'm sorry, Lord Reginald who?
Well, the custard, the 69th. He keeps every once in a while he appears here and he says that where he's slowly going to turn us into the world that he wants and the world that everything else should be, and keeps saying that we're not the right animation. I don't understand it. This is that person you just saw, Thad, is the person that he left in charge here. We're sick of living in fear. No one's ever won a fight against him and his like little cronies before.
I go, well, he's never taken up me before, and I take my axe and with no regard to the wall, I just swing it into the wall.
So, all right.
I'm gonna put my crabs outside as well, since I'm gonna stop juggling.
Okay, so you gonna unlock his door, you put the crabs outside.
And I'll put
as the crabs like crawl away, one of them turns around and literally just like lifts up a claw, like in your direction. You're kind of confused.
That must be how they say thank you here.
I figure out. So. I was looking over my body while everyone was talking. I noticed that I have a crossbow on my wrist, and I'm gonna shoot that rude crab.
Okay, roll an attack roll as I try to figure out what a crab's AC would be.
What dice do I roll for that?
Exactly. Roll a d20 and then add in your attack modifier with your crossbow.
Okay. 15 plus 2, 17.
Yeah, you 100% hit this thing. You can roll damage if you want, but you literally just like as the thing's crawling away, it lifts up a claw to flick off Justin. And you immediately fire off this crossbow and it just like pins it to the ground with the claw still hanging in the air. And that thing is 100% dead.
Ooh. I'm gonna crack open his legs and start eating some. Then put my hand on the mayor's shoulder and say, so I don't know if you caught this yet. It's kind of deceptive, but I'm not what you call a smart man. Just tell me whose ass I need to kick so I can go back home. I need to make a football team.
Look,
okay?
I don't even know how you got here. And then at that moment, a loud booming voice appears like in the home and just goes, "They're the only dumbasses we could find." And like
Jesus,
like the mayor just kind of is still talking to you guys. Only the 5 of you hear this.
Oh.
I'm gonna also hold up my wrist again to Justin and demand half of that crab since I got the kill.
Okay, that's fair.
You guys can dissect the crab.
I didn't know you were hungry.
I would like to point out that my axe is impaled in a wall right
now. Yeah, it is. But the mayor's really not concerned. He's got enough. He's trying to tell you guys about. He's got like less than half a day to prepare you guys for this.
Oh well, then seeing that no one's impressed, I just yank it out of the wall and kind of grumble to myself.
Yeah, he kind of just looks at you and he's like, whatever. And then he literally just like taps on the wall and it just repairs itself. And he's like, all right. Anyway, he's like,
did you do that?
I'm just purposely.
We can all do this. What are you talking about?
I'm purposely trying to avoid eye contact with Muscles because the last person that made eye contact with him, he just attacked him immediately when I was in the room. So,
okay. So as you're avoiding eye contact with Muscles, the mayor kind of goes, "Look, if you somehow defeat this man and you win,
somehow
our town has a treasure." There's a cave nearby. It's rumored that it can lead somewhere. We've never really explored it, but that's where our most sacred treasures are. It's these 3.
I run forward and grab Ezekiel at that point and just like yank him back, and I'm just like, treasure? What?
Some awesome loot.
Yeah, awesome loot. He goes, it's
one
these three
thing that
fruits.
stops a bully every
Some of
day.
us have powers from these fruits that we eat, and we kept some of our treasured fruits in this cave. If you can win, I promise I'll try to find out more information. I'll consult the texts, or we have some texts from long ago that we've never really bothered with. But if you guys promise you can try to win, I promise I'll help out. Look, it's about midday, so you don't have a lot of time left. He goes like, look, go out into the town. Here's some money, and he gives each of you 50 gold.
I steal Ezekiel's for myself.
No way. I have acrobatics and sleight of hand. I'm gonna try. And,
All right, roll competing sleight of hand checks.
I would think more. I would just punch him and take it, but all right.
For brevity's sake,
Right.
I'm like.
That's a 15.
Oh no, that's a 14.
All right. You managed to steal 10 of the gold from him.
I just imagine I see him like over there with the money, and like he tries to I try to grab it, and he like pulls it away from me, and then I just punch him in the gut and grab some of it.
So he takes 10 of your gold. You unfortunately only get 40 gold. As the rest of you each get 50 gold. Muscles, you get 60. And he goes, this is to try to buy some stuff in town. Buy the meat that can replenish if you're feeling really tired. There's some good meat in town. It looks like you have some weapons, but go out into the town, see what you can do. Just be back here soon so you guys can. I guess you can sleep here for the night. Well, some of you, I don't have a big house. And he looks, and then he remembers that you just attacked his wall with an axe, and he goes, actually, on second thought, the inn should be fine for the 5 of you. Just come find me in the morning. I'll walk you over to the arena. And he essentially just shoves you out, and you're in the town. And you've got
get directions to the inn.
He literally at this point he's freaking out. He has shoved you out of his house. Okay. You have a few hours to kill before you have to find an inn, go to sleep because you have a fight in the morning.
Can I go back up to the door, and with my heart of darkness, can I convince him to guide us?
Because what does Heart of Darkness let you do?
It says, though they might fear you, commoners will extend to you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you unless you have shown yourself to be a direct danger to them. They will even take up arms and fight alongside you.
We did just put a hole in this wall.
So. Not me, though. I didn't do that.
No, but you're in a group.
Everybody.
I'm gonna say no. He's not like your typical NPC. Like,
sorry, I ruined it for you.
He doesn't look that impressive. But let's see, who has the highest passive? What are your passive perceptions? Does anyone have over a 13?
I don't know where to even see that.
That's 10 plus your perception modifier.
Yeah, 10 plus your perception modifier.
I have a 14.
Okay. Anybody else have over 13?
It's 10 plus your perception.
Okay. Muscles, you have a weird suspicion that he's not really the person you should keep pushing. You feel like you're at the limit to what you can get away with.
I'm gonna go over to Muscles and be like, look, Muscles, I mean, I know we don't normally get along. You know what? I'm going to drop the voice. So Muscles, like, I know we don't normally get along, man, but you gotta kind of play along here. Like, this could be fun. Give it a shot.
I look over at him and just like give kind of a grunt, and then I shake him off and just start walking.
Okay. I did give you bardic inspiration.
All right, so you guys are in the town. I
still have advantage. I haven't used.
You see a couple of vendors kind of like peddling their meat. Every few often you see like someone moving in really slow motion and talking very slow, and you're pretty sure that's related to what you keep hearing about this world changing that you've heard about. Is there anything you guys want to do or try to find out?
I am gonna look for a place in town that I can buy lots of alcohol.
Okay. That would probably be the inn or the bar. So you kind of go up to a few people. you get very peculiar looks, but eventually you find someone who kind of goes, alcohol. Well, yeah, the inn. And he points to this building over here.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, that should have enough alcohol to satisfy your needs.
I walk in to the inn.
Okay. Are the rest of you following him, or are you just...
Oh, no.
No.
So we're gonna say that you're all following him.
Yeah, I could go for a drink.
Yeah, I guess we're following.
So you guys get to the inn. Who's approaching the bartender?
I am. I'm going up and I just go up and be like, the biggest thing of ale you can give me.
He goes, all right. That'll be 4 silver.
I hand him. I count like on my fingers, like. And I hand him 8 silver, and I'm like, that should cover it, I think.
He hands you a mug that he theoretically should not be able to lift as easily as he does, and as he ones hands a literal keg of ale, and just sets it like gently on the counter. There you go.
I 2-hand it and just.
All right. So you start chugging some beer. The bartender looks on the rest of you and he goes, you guys look pretty peculiar. I don't think I've seen you around here before. But how'd you get here? You from one of the other oceans?
Have you ever had a corn dog so bad that it warps reality?
Don't.
He kind of looks at you and he's
like
he kind of looks at you and he's like, well, I know what corn is, and I mean I got a dog, but what's a corn dog? Is that a new breed?
I've got a life-changing enterprise for you. All right, so.
So he kind of looks and goes, if you're new here, do you guys require lodgings for the night? Are you planning on staying in town?
Yeah, I'm looking for a tailor or possible blacksmith, maybe, and yeah, we'll need rooms for the night.
Do you have an Airbnb rating on this hotel here?
He kind of just stares at you and he's like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, we got like a blacksmith and stuff. If you go to the town square, and he points over to this direction, which on your way here you pass like a bunch of different stalls and smaller shops and stuff. And he goes, yeah, everybody, you should be able to get anything you need there. And he goes, what are you doing here?
By the way, as he mentions a blacksmith, I go, hey, doesn't matter what color he is.
He again just gives you a very peculiar
look. It's a profession.
Look.
No, nope.
And
it's a profession. It's a profession thing. He does it as work.
He kind of just looks at you guys and he's like, look, you're all kind of strange, but we've heard a rumor about that Thad approached the mayor's town and that they're going to be fighting some new people tomorrow. Is that you guys?
Oh yeah, we're going to kick his ass.
Yeah, he stands.
Normally I would allow for payment the morning that you leave, but since there's a high chance you're not going to be alive after tomorrow, I'm going to require payment up front.
Is there a stage?
If you all want food and lodgings for the night, there's a couple of you here. We'll say 1 gold for all of you for the day. And
I'll pay the 1 gold for everybody. I got this, guys. And I pull out 1 gold and throw it at him.
Mr.
Okay, so he takes and he goes, much obliged. He goes, all right, well, food's here, drinks here. You can get as much as you like. If you need to go into town, like I said, repeats the directions for you guys. If you need any sort of a shopkeep, the meat vendors here got some really good stuff. And for metagaming sake, meat in this world is essentially like health potions.
Okay. My stomach's gonna let out the most obnoxious growl.
Okay, he kind of looks at you and goes, you can order food, man. And for brevity's sake, we'll say if you want to eat any drinks, he gets that done for you. You eat, you get some alcohol. Muscles, are you drinking another keg after the first one, or are you taking it easy after that one?
How much do I feel this? Like, because I'm not used to being in this body, so I don't know how much.
Roll me a Constitution check.
All right. I'm gonna use. You know what? This is the moment. I'm gonna use my my chat powered bonus die. Roll an advantage. Okay. That is a 19.
Okay, you are like, hell yeah. Like, I can drink some ale. Like, I can keep this stuff down.
All right, I'm getting another one.
All right, so you get another ale, another 4 silver.
I hand him another.
You get that.
I hand him 9 this time because math.
Okay, so he kind of looks at you and like hands you 5 back, and then he just kind of like shrugs.
He goes, "Scam that asshole out of fuck."
He's like,
got him.
He just shrugs his head, and then do any of you want to go to town at all?
Yeah, I'd
check
like
out
to go
shops
to
or anything like
blacksmith.
that. Okay, so you go to town. There's a lot of different vendors. There's people selling like these giant things of meat with like huge bones in them. It looks straight out of like a TV show. There's like guys selling like animals, like pieces of animals. Like there's a lot of things cooking on spits. There's like some blacksmiths working on stuff. Everyone's like very, like you said, everyone's looking very animated. Again, you can tell this is not like a 3-dimensional, like a pure 3-dimensional world. You're feeling definitely a little bit off.
So we're all together, right?
I'm still at the bar. I'm still drinking.
He's at the bar.
Okay.
Justin said he was going to town. For brevity's sake, we'll speed
drunk.
this through a little bit.
Can I can I go up to Soma and just be like, so you guys think we're in an anime, right?
Yeah, I definitely think we're in an anime. I think I know the anime.
It's a
Do you guys
safe bet for sure.
have any powers? Have you guys tried anything?
My back was feeling heavy earlier, so I checked and I found I had 2 swords on my back after I found that wrist crossbow while we were walking over here.
That's really cool.
I can't help but realize after walking past the mirror a moment ago, I seem to resemble the picture for my D&D character, so I do believe I may have the same powers, but I don't know yet. I haven't given it a try. And as I do that, I kind of touch one of the glasses near me, and I use the light cantrip.
Okay. So you use the light cantrip.
And then the glass itself starts emitting a very bright light. And I say, I do believe my powers are here.
Okay, so you guys all see this. You kind of like look around. You get a few looks because it's not really a thing you should be doing like with the town the way that it is. But everyone at this point has kind of heard about these people that showed up that are going to be fighting. That they're going to be dead tomorrow. Is you keep hearing like little words about, well, at least we got some fresh faces for A Day. You're getting the feeling everyone's pretty convinced you're going to die. And so are you guys trying to buy anything in particular?
Should we like look for poison? Maybe poison our weapons.
Can I go and talk to every single vendor individually and introduce myself?
You can.
I'd like you to role play every single one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get dinner, guys.
Roll me just a general charisma check. And I'll give you something out of this if you
14 plus or 0, so 14.
Okay, so you do that, and after a little while, the vendors have appreciated the fact that you introduced themselves to all of you. So if you try to buy anything, they'll knock off. They'll give you a 20% discount.
Ooh. Okay. I want to see if there's anything I can add to my dual swords to help improve them, like they said earlier, like a poison or anything like that.
So you kind of ask around. Eventually, you find a guy and goes, "Well, we don't have a poisoner per se, but we do get some fishermen that pull some poison fish every once in a while, and we kind of use those for periodic things." Man, who'd be able to do that for you? Let's send you to. We'll send you to Pam. Pam could probably do it, and he directs you to this guy who has a different stall set up, and he's kind of chopping some fish that have spikes coming out of them, and tell him you want some poisons, and he's like, "Some poisons? Well, I suppose we could add some basic poisons to your weapons. That'll run you about 100 gold apiece."
Charm person.
Is that with my discount?
For you, it would be 80.
Charm person.
All right.
I gotta.
Charm person. You go to cast Charm person, and he waves his hand and uses counterspell.
Uh-oh.
And he just shrugs off your hand. He goes, "That shit doesn't work on us."
What if I said you have great hair?
He's like, "Thanks, but it's still 100 gold. It's an expensive process, and we don't get a lot of these poisons. We're a pretty remote port town."
I look him directly in the eyes and I lean in with my heart of darkness and I lay down 5 gold and say, I think this is enough.
No.
Is that a spell or is it just
that's just the they all want to help me.
From?
I haven't presented any danger to him, right?
He does like you, but he's like, look, man, I'm not going broke. 40 is the lowest I'm going.
30 gold.
He kind of looks and he goes, I'm giving you the cheap shit. And so he agrees. He kind of grabs your weapons and quickly applies a poison to give you an extra 1 poison damage on your weapons. And you mark off 30 gold. And he looks at the rest of you guys and he's like, 100 gold for the rest of you.
Actually, I think your hair kind of sucks, and I walk away.
For time's sake, does anyone else want to buy anything in particular? Like, do you want to talk to any particular vendor?
I'd like to roll another check to see if I'm drunk, and then wander out of the bar to go.
Okay, roll me a con save. So you're still in the bar. You've finished that one. Everyone's pretty impressed that you've managed to chug back 2 of these things so far.
16.
All right, you're even with you're not gonna like throw up in that bar, but you're starting to like, whoa, okay, I'm feeling it a little bit here.
I'm gonna go all right, let's go find those nerds. See if we can find a way home.
So he kind of looks and he's like, all right, you guys have a good day. And again, so if there's anything particular you guys like want to get as you're walking back to town, you get back to the inn. But the bartender kind of goes, "Oh, you're back. Hey, you guys are back. Well, I know about what's going on tomorrow, but if you guys need anything, I'll try to get it for you." So he's pretty much saying if there's anything you want from him, like if you want him to get some of that meat, that's AKA a health potion, he can kind of just pick stuff up for you guys.
I would like your finest lady, sir. I look at all the guys. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna die a virgin. And then I like cover my mouth because I realize what I just said.
All right. So what did you say you wanted?
One of their finest ladies.
All right. He kind of looks and he goes, "All right.
Can I lay down another? Fine. Can I lay down another 500 silver and buy him another barrel of beer because I feel bad for him?
Yeah. So you buy him another ale. Muscles. You don't have to take it. You can take it if you want.
I look at it. I look at him, and I kind of
bought you a thing of ale.
I get suspicious, and I'm like, "You drink first." Now, keep in mind, it's a huge barrel of ale.
So the rest of you, and then you do know as you're kind of looking around that Coach hasn't come with you guys right away. So, Coach, you're kind of walking through town.
Yeah, I'm looking for
the first thing you notice is that the person in particular is just kind of staring at you, and he's got a bunch of cabbages in a cart.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
And he's pedaling and he's yelling for cabbages, and he's like, "Cabbages here, cabbages here," which for you triggers this compulsion.
Goddamn cabbages!
So are you doing what I think you're doing? Like, are you doing what I think you're doing? Since I gotta start speeding us up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So the rest of you just hear this loud poof from outside, and you kind of look outside and you notice that like there's just this overturned cart with cabbages everywhere, and this guy is just kneeling on the ground. He's like, "My cabbages!" As Coach is just
I'm gonna walk over to him and just be like, "Oh, sorry for our friend. He's a little confused right now," and I'm just gonna give him like 10 gold, I guess.
Okay, he takes it. He's like, "Holy shit, this is like life changing."
I've just destabilized the local economy.
Yeah, Coach, what did you want to buy? You're gonna have to just say it.
I wanted to buy because I know we're going into arena, and if there's one thing I know about arenas, you need a big banner to run through when you go out onto the field.
Okay.
So I'd like a banner with a fighting piglet.
You find a tailor and you tell them what your plan is, and they agree to have it ready by the morning. It'll cost you 8 gold.
Done. I give him 9 if he can put a little picture of our faces on the bottom and say, "Go Piglets."
He's like, look, man, we don't have. I can stitch something in. We don't have someone that powerful here that can do that. So he agrees to get it. You just got to pick it up in the morning. It's getting pretty late. You all go back to the inn. Unless anyone wants to do anything in particular, we're just gonna have you guys go to sleep and wake up.
Can I walk over to
my hand down my pants?
All right. Muscles, the lady of the night does knock on your door a little bit into the night.
I'm passed out drunk. I don't hear
it. Muscles.
In the morning, you notice that 3 gold is missing because she's getting paid anyway.
That's funny.
I can't count, so.
But you guys wake up in the morning. You're awoken by like this loud knocking as the bartender coach opens up the room to your door, and he goes, "This arrived for you," and it's like this folded up parchment that says "Go Piglets" on it.
Wait, but who's gonna hold it?
See, I have a quarterstaff. You can use my quarterstaff if you want to make a flag out of it.
True. You could do that. So
break off a table.
Eventually, you guys, blah blah blah. All of a sudden, like it's really weird. You guys are getting ready, like Muscles. Maybe you're thinking about another ale, and all of a sudden, like you feel like everything just flips. Like you're all staring in the bar, and all of a sudden, the room almost seemingly flips, and you're inside the mayor's house. And he's like, nice. He's like, thanks for coming in.
I go, I don't remember having any more ale this morning.
And he's like, what are you talking about? You saw you walk here. I would assuming you're not having ale. And the mayor very quickly kind of goes, hey, look, I hope you guys are ready. They're waiting for you at the arena. They're already ready and set to go. I hopefully you guys are prepared. If any of you did use spell slots or anything like that, obviously you can like you're replenished you've recovered all your spell slots and everything like that. And he takes you to the arena. And this is where I'm going to need to switch some things up for those of you. So,
no fucking joke. I almost used this map this past week.
So, Mark, and Justin, you guys should be able to move 2 characters on there. The rest of you, I have to give quick permissions to very quickly. Who was playing? Like one of you was playing a cleric, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
I do not have control of Muscles.
Ezekiel, okay.
Ezekiel's not playing a cleric.
Yeah, no, Jason's playing a clerik.
Oh, Jason's playing a cleric. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you controlled. Let me check Muscles here. Okay, apparently it didn't save. Oh, no. Coach, can you move your person?
Yeah.
There we go. Now I can move.
Okay. Ezekiel, you should be able to move the cleric person.
Is that the one in the middle?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me know if you can't. Dylan and Cameron, you guys. Unfortunately, Justin sent me your guys' things like at 12:30 at night, and there was no time to switch.
That's fine. That's fine.
But you should all make sure you can all move individual people. If you guys scroll over them, you should see it change, and you all should be able to move one of the people there.
Yeah, I'm good.
I can't.
Yep, I can move my guy.
Oh shit! My camera.
Oh my god!
All right,
I died.
Looks like everybody can move some people here, which is always good. Okay, so you all can move characters. So you kind of walk in, and it's this filled arena, and there's just people chanting and hooting and hollering, like just kill, 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 kill. And you notice one certain section of the crowd, they're all moving really slow. They're moving very lethargic, and it's almost like they're like a stop motion. And you all, you can kind of place yourselves where you want, but place yourselves at least on this platform for now.
I am living for the crowd, like shouting my name, just because I have self-esteem issues or my character does. So he's riling the crowd up, swinging his axe around, like almost hitting everyone around him.
So my bad. They look at you and they kind of see you doing stuff, and you just hear one guy yell, and you go, "You suck!"
Words hurt.
Those aren't even real muscles.
Cool
I bet you they're
banner,
fake muscles.
All right. Sorry, what'd you say?
Did they see our cool banner? Like, and did we walk out to like "We Will Rock You"?
No, we couldn't afford that. Remember?
Okay, fair enough.
And so you do notice that for previous arrangements that Justin was able to make, you guys see that there's like a banner hanging over your side that says "Go Piglets." And you look across to see Thad and his cronies sitting across from you. And immediately, as soon as you look at him, he flips his hair and stares off into the sky, and his shirt just explodes, revealing way more muscles than Muscles McBadass here.
I would like to kill that sexy motherfucker.
And he goes, well, everyone, per the rules of Lord Reginald the Custard the 69th. He's just alone. These interlopers have decided that they want to fight to save your pathetic town from his Lord and Savior and all his grace. And you hear like some war drums beating, like a boom, 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 as it's getting like louder and louder, and the crowd's getting into like a higher fever pitch, and everyone's like starting to stomp their feet. Everyone's like in a weird mix of like booing you guys because they're afraid of being killed, but also cheering for you because you're literally the only help that has ever approached them in any way. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
All right, combat.
Ooh. 18.
Okay, who had it? So we'll start this in a row. Did anyone get over a 20? No. 15 to 18.
I got 18.
15 to 20. You got 18, Dylan? Okay. Anyone else? 15 to 20?
I know I'm not. I don't know about anything.
All right. 10 to 15.
I got 10.
All right. Anyone else higher than a 10? Between 10 and 11 to 15? Anyone?
Nope.
Oh, dear Lord. All right. 5 to 10.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
There you all are. All right. Who had a 7? Was that Jason or Cameron?
I think Cameron.
Cameron, you had a 7. Anyone get between 8, 9, or 10?
Nope.
Dear Lord. All right. 4 than a 7.
I got nope.
What did you get, Jason?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. All right. Yeah. Mark, what did you get?
2. A nat 1 plus 1.
Let's go.
All right. Let's do. All right. So you're really into this crowd, and so you're just like not paying attention as everyone else is like trying to ready up. The rest of you, like Cameron and Jason, you kind of fumble your weapons. Soma, you're the only one. You hear this crowd going.
Go!
You hear this crowd starting to rug, and you just pull out your weapon. You're like, let's fucking go.
I know why we're not prepared, because I want to give a speech before we start this.
All right. Please give your speech as I roll initiative.
Did you take the inspiring leader feat? Because that is a thing you can do.
It is a thing.
Close. I couldn't find it for Paladin, but I got y'all. So listen, guys, I know we're in a different world, and these guys are looking kind of rowdy. So I just want to say something that my coach and mentor told me when I was becoming a coach. And I'll put my hand on Muscle's shoulder. Said, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind, one to start again?" And I'll look at Soma, say, "Do you ever feel just so paper thin, like a house of cards, one breath from caving in?" They'll look at Phelan and say,
"You lose any inspiration you would have gathered."
Oh, in that case, I'll just cast Bless and get this over with. It was a real good speech.
I'm gonna say, hey, that was a good speech, Coach, and I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
I appreciate that. You're the real firework. You know, that's what I'd say. So I want to get.
I'm gonna go off.
To
all right,
Muscles, Soma, and Phelan.
So Thad goes first, and as you guys notice, as he approaches, he goes to about here. And he all of a sudden, it's like he transforms. You see him yell out, emo change. And his eyes grow like way darker and black that you saw. His hair grows longer, but only on one side. These like wristbands appear on his arm, over his wrists. His pants change into like these chain pants with just like chains linking all over the place. He suddenly gets a really craving to listen to Sum 41, and he approaches forward. And
would you say that with his entourage following up behind him, he's leading a black parade?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, everybody would say
The three of actually, who's he going to target? Muscles and Justin. I need both of you make charisma saving throws.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, you succeed, Justin.
That's a 5.
All right, Mark. He hair flips and kind of like has his pecs dance as he's staring at you, and he's like, "You don't want to fight," and he flips his hair and makes his pecs dance. And you felt this before, you know what's happening, so you just kind of like resist, and you shield your eyes.
If this is a charm person, we are in combat right now, so we would have advantage on this check.
It is not
you
charm
also
person.
have advantage.
Okay.
Never mind.
He is using his full power of the emo fruit.
Got it. Okay.
So it's slightly different than a charm person spell.
Okay, just check.
Is it? I don't know if this works like this, but am I able with my dark heart power to summon the like everyone in the crowd to come help us in this battle?
No.
Fuck.
For balance.
Yeah. Justin, you, however,
this guy can play football.
You see his pecs dancing, and you're just like, you start like leaning forward, and you like almost fall flat on your face because you're like so entranced with his dancing pecs. You are now considered entranced by
this
Thad,
guy is my new quarterback.
And are unable to attack him. At the beginning of every turn, you can make another charisma save to shake off the effects. Dylan, it is your turn.
So am I allowed to move my character or no?
Yeah, you can move up to your movement speed.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna move him back
Coward.
back there. I'm gonna pull out my longbow and I'm gonna fire a shot at the first guy that's right in the front right there.
Thad?
Yeah, Thad.
Okay.
So it's 1d8 plus 2.
You gotta roll a d20. You gotta roll a d20
Okay,
first, plus the modifier for your longbow, which will be your dex plus your proficiency.
So 13 plus 2, and then my dex also?
Yes.
Yeah, your proficiency and your dex.
Okay. Plus 2 also. So 13 plus 4, 17.
17? 17 will hit. Roll for damage.
Is that one the D8?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you roll. Yeah. Now you roll the D8 and stuff.
Okay. You roll a D8 and add your dex.
1 plus 2. 3.
3 damage. Okay. So
it's always the worst when you roll minimum damage.
Yeah, I know. I wanted something better.
Okay, that's where he's at. Okay, let's see. Justin, it is your turn. It's your turn. I will let you roll your charisma saving throw.
All right. Hot dice. 12 plus 1. 13.
Saving throw. You're a paladin.
Oh.
Charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Don't you have a bonus?
That would have helped me earlier. 15.
15? Let's see here.
Fight the pack dance.
15 is exactly what you needed. You are. It does use your action to like shake yourself out of it. But if you have a bonus action or anything like that, you could do a bonus action. You can move. You can move still. He's still dancing his pecs at you as he was just shot at. Like the arrow kind of shot him, and he was like.
Now the arrow's moving.
The arrow kind of like scrape by him, and he's like, he kind of looks at you, Justin, as it hits him, and he's like, "Ow," and he kind of like keeps shaking, but you kind of like shake your eyes, and you're like, "No." And so if you have it, you can do bonus action or your movement,
or both.
or both?
I'm going to use a bonus action to give Muscles Stone's Endurance.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. No, that's reduced. Never mind.
That's a racial ability.
Yeah. I'm just going to move closer to him because he pissed me off just like that cabbage guy did.
Okay. All right. So you move yourself. I'm not going to move you guys.
Oh, my bad.
Move yourself closer. It is now bad guys 1 and 2 first, because for time's sake, I have to group them together in initiative, or this will take 9 years and we'll never finish. So these two with the crossbows, there's like little sides here. They each move up to here.
Are we not supposed to get like knocked out of the ring? Are we like on an elevated platform? We're not.
No, it's all level. There's just like a moat around it, but it's all level. Okay. There's just like a stair leading up. There's just like a few steps leading up to like an elevated platform, but it's for the most part level. You could jump off. It's not going to hurt you.
Are there deadly sharks with lasers on their heads in the water?
There is. Justin, you move forward. So both arrow guys are going to take a shot at you. With their light crossbow. It is a 12 and an 18.
My AC's 14.
Okay, so the 12 will miss. He shoots an arrow at you, and you manage to like dodge out of the way at the last second. But as you're kind of dodging out of the way of one, the other one pierces you for 2 damage, because I rolled a 1. So he hits you for 2 damage. The arrow like grazes your arm, and you're
ow.
Okay, Cameron, you go the same time as 2 of the other guys, so I'll let you go first. It is now your turn.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to. Let's see. Steady feet.
You can move like up to your movement speed, essentially.
Okay, each square's
5 feet. 5 feet,
okay,
yeah.
So is that 5, 10, 15? $20, $25. And I'm going to move here. This is going to be risky, but I'm going to use Gust of Wind, my once-a-day ability.
Okay.
A line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction that you choose for the spell's duration. It's concentration. It's 1 minute. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a saving throw or be pushed back 15 feet away from you.
Okay, is that a gust of wind? Let me look that up. Okay, so do they have to make a save? And how far?
No,
is that?
just at the start of their turn, and then it'll be they'll have basically difficult terrain moving closer, even if they
change the direction as a bonus action. Okay. Yep. So you are casting it 60 feet from you?
No, I'm going to cast it. Let's see. I can cast it 60 feet. You know, if I can cast it 60 feet, I'll probably.
It is 60 feet long, 10 feet wide.
Oh, okay. Right. So then I'm going to. It's 60 feet from me. So it's just got to go
60
forward.
feet from you, correct?
Yeah. So it's just got to go forward. So that'll just. I don't know. That might disrupt them a little bit, I hope.
Okay. So they all immediately need to make.
No, they don't until the start of their turn.
Oh, starts its turn. Okay. Well, it is now these 2 turns. So as you just erupt this torrent of wind from them, they are going to still attempt. They're going to make a strength saving throw. What is your spell save DC?
Just 13.
13. Okay. That is a unnatural 20 for the one guy. It's fine. That's a 9 for the other guy. So the other guy fails. So
he
this
gets
guy
pushed back 15 feet. But they both suffer from difficult terrain.
So he gets pushed back to the ground here and kind of like stumbles off the platform because the edge here is just like a foot or 2 off the ground. So he kind of like stumbles off. This guy is like just tanks it like a champion. So he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
He has half movement speed because it's difficult terrain.
Any creature in line must spend. Oh, that's even if they succeed?
Yep.
Okay, so he gets to about there and stops, and he's fighting it and can't go against it anymore. He is, however, he's close enough where he kind of goes, all right, and he's going to make a attack with his crossbow at you. That is a natural 20.
They weren't supposed to have ranged weapons.
They all have crossbows.
Whoops.
Justin, can you re-enter that mode or no?
Yeah, I can. I got you.
Well,
All right,
guys,
so
it's
the
been
way I
fun
do
playing with
crits,
you.
and this is for all of you guys, is a crit is you roll twice and it maxes out the dice on the one roll, and then you roll a second time, and then you take that. That's the total damage that it does. So
Hey, that
he
sounds
does.
familiar.
He hits you. How much HP do you have?
21.
All right, he hits you for 13.
Ow! And I need
As
to make
this arrow just like punctures your chest.
Does anybody remember the rules on concentration?
You do have to roll a Constitution check right now.
It's Constitution. It's
Or,
hang on, I always forget it.
Me too.
Hang on, I got it here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it.
Your DC is 10 or half the damage took, whichever is higher.
Okay, so it'd be 10.
So you have to be at
Fucking
10.
crit fail. That's the third crit fail of this game.
I would
guys.
throw that dice out.
Yeah, we're switching up. We're switching up.
all right, I would put that dice in dice jail. So you immediately drop concentration on Gust of Wind.
Son of a bitch.
This arrow hits you so hard, you're like, oh! Like, this is the first time that some of you guys have experienced, like, this is real pain. The world has kind of looked a little bit off, but this feels like real pain. This is like the most pain you've ever felt in your entire life. You're not realizing how much of a dangerous situation you're in right now.
I realize I've crit failed 3 times, and
I would put the dice in dice jail.
I am scared.
I skipped the last guy here because I wasn't paying attention. So Gust of Wind drops. He should have gone already with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He does not have a weapon. He doesn't have anything. He's just like running at you with his fists out.
I still have a. Oh no! Never mind. It's past my turn. But never mind.
Jason, it is your turn.
Oh, now we have music going. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason, your mic's not working.
My
Oh
apologies.
yeah, we can't hear you.
Yep. Yeah, any better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. After seeing Ezekiel take an arrow to the chest, I can't help but look over and start chanting something in Elvish, and I cast Healing Word on him.
Nice.
Bonus
Roll
action?
for healing. Roll to see how much you heal.
4 plus my spellcasting modifier. That's 2, so 6.
I'll take that for freaking sure.
Just mark that, and then after healing him, a little flutter of wings starts to come from my boots, and I fly 15 feet in the air by use of my wing boots. So I kind of fly like 15 straight up, and then I'm gonna fly an additional 15 to like over,
Okay.
to like here. And once I get into that position, I'm gonna use since I used my bonus action for the healing word, I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Where's my cantrips at? Sacred Flame. At this guy. I'm gonna double check he's in range though.
Healing Word is, I believe, 60 feet.
No, I cast Healing Word when I was right next to this guy, and now I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at this guy.
You can only cast 2 spells if one of them is a cantrip, and you can like.
Yeah.
You can.
I thought it was like if you use a bonus action for like one of them, so I use that as my action.
Yeah, Healing Word, you'd be good. Okay.
And then
So
I use
how much does he get back for health?
I got
6.
6. Okay.
And then am I still good to use my cantrip as my regular action to use Sacred Flame?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's fine.
works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna do that on him. Let me see what I got to roll.
Mhm.
Oh, he's got to be a Dex 12 save.
Okay. That is a nat 20.
Oh, yep. I don't think he
Ooh,
takes
he
any
succeeds
damage.
that.
Then. Yep, no
Oh,
damage.
you're rolling so good.
Chad, it is your turn. Or I'm sorry, Muscles.
Oh,
I'm so confused.
I was like,
sorry, Muscles.
Chad.
I'm looking at so many things right now, and like also trying to speed us up. So I'm like,
so seeing that someone attacked Ezekiel, he's gonna like run up and yell, "No one hits the little twerp but me!" And then he's going to take out one of his javelins that he just instinctively knew he had from literally like pulled it out of his ass. And he's going to hurl it at the guy who shot the arrow at Ezekiel.
Okay, this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so roll the attack.
Ooh, okay, rolled really well. That's only
Okay.
+2, so 17.
17 definitely hits. Roll for damage.
All
That's
right.
this guy.
6 damage.
Okay, so you hit this guy, and like he's like pitching it. Like he immediately, it like almost like pierces entirely through his stomach, and he's like, he immediately looks wounded, and like he is barely clinging to life right now.
All right.
Let's see. That is your turn. Top of the round. It is Thad's turn. He moves forward another 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't remember. I gotta remember who's who. Cameron, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw as he stares at you and flicks his hair and stares into the side and goes, "You want to make these pecs bounce?" I'll need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
I shimmy my own pecs at him, and because that's a 21, baby.
There you go. So you just it doesn't even
Thank
phase
you, other die.
Like, and that was his last spell slot. So he can't do that anymore. He has to use something else from the emo no me fruit. On that. So that was his action. For his bonus action, he's not going to do that right now. Dylan, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to move up a little bit, right behind these two right here. Is that too far? And
no, you can move up to your full movement speed.
Oh, okay. And then I'm going to shoot again with my bow, but I'm going to be aiming directly at his knee.
Okay, so that's what's called a called shot. So that makes it slightly harder to hit him. But if you hit him, I'll give you some sort of like bonus to doing it.
Okay.
And you said you're here. Who are you shooting again?
Thad.
Okay. All right. So roll your d20.
Well, I got a 2.
All right, so unfortunately, like you're really focused and you kind of just shoot at his knee. It just kind of skirts off the ground and kind of like skeeters into the water, and you hear like a little splash as you miss. You still have a bonus action or movement?
I think for my bonus action, I think I have a healing spell.
Okay.
I'm trying to find here.
Healing word.
Yeah, healing word. I think is the one that I chose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is Ezekiel's still not full health, right?
No, he wouldn't be.
6.
He wouldn't be that. He'd be like 6 or 7 below his max.
I'm at 14 out of 21.
Yeah, so he's not looking. He doesn't look that hurt, but you did see him get shot, so you know he's probably still hurt.
I'm gonna heal him again with the healing word.
Okay,
so
you just
peak is the word.
That one you just roll to see how much you heal for.
Okay. Which dice do I roll for that?
Healing word, I believe, is a
D4 plus your skill casting modifier.
Yeah.
So your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, D4 plus your spell casting mod, yeah.
4.
4? Okay, right. So you get back 4 hit points. That is your full turn. Coach. It is not your turn because that other guy got to go first that I forgot about last time. So this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He runs right up to... This is Muscles. I don't know if Muscles is back yet. Muscles, are you? Okay, there you are. So this guy runs up to you. He is going to attack you with a punch, and he's going to use his bonus action to flurry of blows. So he's going to try to punch you 2 times. That is a 9 and an 18.
18 hits.
Okay. You get hit for 6 damage. Okay. As this guy just like punches you right in the solar plexus.
Okay.
That is his turn. His bonus action. He already used it. His movement is done. Coach, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to pull up on the guy that just hit Muscles.
Okay.
And I'm going to finally pull out this battle axe. And I'm going to cut him. I don't know if it's in half. I don't know if I'm going to just knock him down. I want to hit this guy.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Dude, that definitely hits. That is this guy.
Plus 3. That's 5.
5. Okay, so you punch this guy. He you slash this guy with his axe, and you just cut a deep gash in his chest. He's looking pretty worse for wear. Looks like he's bleeding. Like he is already regretting his decision to run up to all 5 of you and try to punch you in the face. This wasn't supposed to happen.
As a bonus action, I'd like to channel my divinity, which is my football. This time I think I'm going to go with Warren Sapp. It says, once per turn for the duration, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can push the target 10 feet away from you. If pushed into an obstacle or another creature, the target takes +1 bludgeoning damage. This lasts for 1 minute. So I'd like to knock him into that water that's right behind him, or off the ledge.
Okay. It's pretty level. Like he could hop back up, but you can definitely push him off.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to push him back a little bit then.
Okay, so that's automatic?
Well, you said there were sharks in there too, right?
No, there's not really.
Yeah.
All right, so
Sharks
since you hit him, he gets knocked. He gets pushed back 5 feet into the water, and you said he takes an extra damage as well.
Does he fall prone?
+1 bludgeoning damage.
Does it say they get knocked prone?
No, not knocked prone.
Okay,
so he's knocked into water, right?
He's fine then. It has to specify that they get knocked prone, and it's only like 2 feet, so he legit just kind of got pushed off the ledge, and he just stepped down.
Oh.
But he will have to use an extra 5 movement to climb back up. So it will take some of his movement to get back up. These two are going to take pot shots at Coach. That is a 19 or an 11.
14 is my AC.
I'm sorry about this. You get hit for 9 damage.
Can I use Stone's Endurance as my reaction?
You can. So that brings it down to what? 1 damage or 0 damage?
As a reaction, reduce damage dealt to you by 1d12 plus 2.
All right, so roll a d12.
5, so reduce by 7.
Okay, so you take 2 damage. The other guy misses as his shot kind of pings off into the distance there. Cameron, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. I am going to... I'm just going to run up here and try to stab this guy, I guess.
Okay. So roll for your attack.
Is a 15 hit?
Yes, 15 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. I'm actually going to expend a flourish then and do a push flourish, so I can use a d6 to push him back a d6 amount of feet.
I only say this because I don't want to use all your stuff. It looks like he's on his last legs.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just gonna not use a flourish. Thank you. That's going to be 13 damage.
How do you want to kill him?
I think this is the first time I've ever killed somebody, so I'm going to stab him with my sword and then look in shock as he collapses. Just stab him through the chest and then look horrified. What?
Okay.
What? Oh my god! I drop the accent. I drop the.
He just falls to the ground dead.
Is anybody else
stab him through the stomach?
Is anybody else hurt near us?
I'm a little hurt.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
I've taken 6 damage.
Okay, I'll give you a healing word.
Okay, so
That's gonna
roll
be
for.
1d4
Make sure you're marking
plus
off
3.
Spell slots, or if it's cantrips, or just making sure you
That's
keep track.
7 HP back.
All right,
There you
back to
go.
full.
All right. It is now. This guy climbs back up. Let's have his movement. He gets to there. This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy gets right up to you, Coach, and he's going to take a stab at you with his scimitar.
Coach fears nothing.
That is a 5, so I'm going to assume that's a miss as he just runs up and goes, ugh! And like slips. And then
Can
like
I do the Heisman? Like, can I like Heisman him
Yeah.
away from me? Okay.
Yeah, you kind of like stiff arm him, and then he kind of like, in a weird moment, he kind of like stops for a second. He puts his arm on your shoulder, and he's like, huh, "That kind of sucked." And then he goes like right back to a weird fighting stance.
Oh, I totally know, right? You'll get me next time, though.
Can we get this guy like either removed or X'd out?
Jason, it's your turn. So I'm doing like a million things right now.
All right. Seeing that guy just run up on Coach, I'm gonna push my hands out, and a big beam of light comes out as I use Guiding Bolt on. Oh, let me ping him
Okay,
on this guy.
I like it.
Yep.
Do I have to roll a dodge that?
No, I'm like flying up in the air. Like I'm like 15 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
So like it should
Plus,
go.
there's
Like,
enough room where
Yeah.
it's easy.
It's
to-
also guiding, so
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, it is also a guiding bolt.
In my mind, and I'm thinking this is the perfect wide receiver. I need to get him on the team.
So that's if the line's on the bottom, is that a 9 or a 6?
9.
A 9.
well, if
Okay.
What's your bonuses? What is your total?
6 plus 4, so 10.
10 will not hit, unfortunately.
Or, I'm sorry, plus 2. Yeah, so it would be lower.
8. Yeah,
Or no.
8 will not hit as you kind of shoot off this bolt at him. He kind of just ducks out of the way at the last second. It zizzes, like shoots past his head. Muscles, it is your turn.
all right, so being punched in the nose, and then seeing him not even be able to get a chance to kill the guy because Ezekiel did it, kind of puts him a little pissed off as he flies into a rage and just runs up and starts swinging at this guy.
Okay, roll your attack.
All right. That is a 17.
Okay, that definitely hits.
All right. This is the big money. This is the big hits. I have never rolled this damage dice as a player before.
Let's go.
All right. That is 13 damage. Oh, wait. And I'm in rage, so I believe I get another +2 on top of that. So
He was
15.
already hurt. You cut him in half.
Let's go.
I just let out
flat
this
out.
roar of just, just
And,
swing my
like,
axe.
You swing it so fast that almost nothing happens for a second, and you're all kind of sitting there for a second. All of a sudden, his
Oh, we
top
do
half
the
just-
anime like
Yeah, no,
Frieza
yeah.
getting cut in half.
It's legit that, and then his top calf just slowly slides to the ground like a sickening thud.
And I'm just covered. There's just I realize I'm just covered in blood as I just like.
Top of the round, it's Thad's turn. He's kind of looking around like this isn't looking good for me. But he's like, all right. So he runs up. Coach.
Yep.
Cross your fingers. He's gonna make 2 scimitar swings at you.
I don't like the scimitar.
Multi-attack.
And I'm like, going,
That is a nat 1. And okay, you missed the second one anyway. So as he runs up to swing his scimitar at you, he runs at you with like this full force, pecs just bouncing in the wind, and like he's looking at you with like a murderous spree in your face, like in his eyes. And all of a sudden, you just hear a voice. All 5 of you hear the voice again that just goes, "Clearly, you guys need help." And the scimitar disappears from his hand as he's going to swing it at you. So as he goes to swing it, it just disappears in a puff of smoke. And he looks
Holy
around,
shit.
just utterly confused. in his face. He has no idea what's going on right now.
Muscles, are you a magician? Did you make that disappear?
No, but I am about to cast harm person.
I was like, I needed a cool way of doing a nat 1, so that's what I came up with. Whose turn now? Justin, your turn, my man, because this guy is dead, and that guy's dead.
All right, so what I'm gonna do? I'm tired of this shit. I want some answers.
Okay.
I'm gonna slam my battle axe into the ground to where it kind of just sticks in between the crevices, and I'm gonna tackle this guy in front of me. I want to grapple him.
Thad?
Yeah, Thad.
Thad emo man.
I'm jealous of that L'Oreal type of hair. I'm going to grapple him.
Okay. That's going to be a contesting strength checks.
Are you grabbing him by the hair?
Not athletics.
I feel like I got a bit of honor playing football, so I'll probably just like go for
because
the
he
perfect
said
tackle, lead with the shoulder.
grapple. No, because athletics and acrobatics are more like you're trying to do something. Like acrobatics is you're trying to do something crazy, and athletics is like you're trying to like scale a mountain or like. Since he's specifically trying to grapple him explicitly, it's a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. 11.
Okay.
3. That's 14.
Okay, you tied. Ties go to the attacker.
Hey,
so
wait, you saw Bardic. Oh yeah, never mind.
No. Yeah. In future, if you're going to use Bardic Inspiration, he has to use it before I announce what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 14 is a tie, so you do succeed. You barely got a grip on him, but you do manage to grapple him.
It's all that oil all over his glistening pecs. Just a little slippery.
All right, so that is your turn. These guys don't like that you just grappled their boss, so they're going to run forward. And they can't make a good shot at you because you're currently grappling their boss. So Muscles, they're both going to take crossbow shots at you.
Bring it on.
Ooh, that is a 18.
Hits.
Or a 10.
10 does not.
Okay. So you managed to kind of bounce one off with your amazing pecs. That is the wrong dice, or that would have hurt a fuck ton.
Still a d20 for damage.
No, but I did roll a max on the correct dice, unfortunately.
Damn.
So you take 9 piercing damage.
That's reduced by half because I'm raging.
Yes. So you take, I round up, so you take 5.
Okay.
It is now this last guy's turn, and he actually is going to make a run for it. He doesn't like these odds. So he kind of see him go, sorry, Thad, but your hair's not that cool, man. And he takes off and runs 30 feet in this direction.
I love that voice.
Top of the round, it is Thad's turn. He's not liking that you have him grappled. So he is going to use his reaction for one of his powers of the Imo no Mi fruit. And he's going to essentially, because again, this is a lot of homebrew stuff, so he's essentially going to try to use a guilt trip on you to get you to let go. So he kind of looks at you with like this soulful, long lost look in his eyes. And he's kind of looks into you and goes, "What life is worth living if you won't let me go? And I need you to roll a intelligence saving throw." As he's trying to
Bardic.
Guilt trip into letting you go.
All right, I'm going to use that Bardic. That's a D4, right?
That's a D6. Wait, what did you roll?
Depending on his level. I don't know. He's using it before he rolled, which he's allowed to do. He's allowed to just say preemptively that he's using it.
Yeah, I'm going to be using it. Is the Bardic Inspiration 4 or 6?
It's 6.
At that level, it'd be a D6.
Okay. So, yeah. That is a 19 and a 2, so 21.
Yeah, you definitely succeed. So he kind of looks at you and tries to guilt trip you into letting him go, but it doesn't work. And that, unfortunately, was his last power he had with the Imo no Mi fruit.
I'd like to tell him. I said, "Man, I've been there. Life may not look like it's worth living right now, but it does get better. Things will get better for you."
Trip on you.
Okay, maybe not you, but it'll get better for someone.
Stoma, it is your turn.
So does moving count as an action?
No.
Okay.
You just get to use your movement speed for move however you want.
Okay.
He is grappled. He's not restrained. So if you did move out of his melee range, he would still get an attack of opportunity. It would just be a disadvantage because he's grappled, not restrained.
Okay, so I want to move up here.
Okay.
We're facing these two now, and I'm gonna pull out my oil flask that I have on my person.
Okay.
And I'm gonna toss it at them. And it's gonna break on the ground in between the middle of them, and then so that counts as one action, right?
Yes.
And then I want to use my my blast breath, which is fire, to ignite the oil underneath the both of them.
So that's a cone, so that's gonna hurt everybody.
But I'm in front of the whole squad now.
Yeah, he's like here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using it like towards. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay. How much oil is in there? Because you're like, is it just a regular size flask?
Yeah, it just says oil flask.
Okay, so that's pretty small. So if you're trying to get it right in the middle of these guys, I'm going to need you to roll me a dex throw, like a dex check, to see how well you place this in between them.
Okay.
If this lands, then this is your quarterback, coach.
Oh, yeah. I need to replace that kid anyways. He was terrible.
We'll take damage
3 plus 2, 5.
Unfortunately, you throw it and it breaks right in front of you.
Well, maybe second strength.
It just goes and it just shatters right in front of you.
Maybe he can make second strength.
You can still do
we'll get him next time.
You can still do your cone. I believe it's is it 10 or 15 feet for your breath attack?
Let me look here. I don't even see it say anything about feet.
I believe it's 10 or 15 normally.
For a Dragonborn?
Dragonborn.
Yeah, Dragonborn.
I'm double check. I think I remember reading it.
I'm just gonna say it's 15 because we have to speed up. So I'll say that you're in range, or you can hit him.
No, it's 15. It's 15.
So then, so you're fine anyway. You're within. It's 16 feet, but that's close enough. So you can use your breath attack on them, which I think is they have to make a dex save.
Yeah.
That is a 3 and an 8. So they both fail. So roll damage.
Okay, so it says 2d6 of damage on a failed save.
Yep. So roll 2d6, and that's how much damage they'll take.
All right.
You roll well enough. You could kill both in one shot.
6.
Okay.
And a 3.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna. Well, I'm a little bummed out that my oil thing didn't work out, but I'm just gonna straight blast both of them if possible.
Okay, so you kind of like take a minute to reflect on your failed oil blast, then you just let out this torrent of fire.
Yep.
And they just both it's like straight out of an anime scene where they both just start running around on fire, and they try to go into the water, but it's like not working because it's like a magical fire and the water's not putting them out. And they just kind of roll around with these screams of terror, and then they just fall to the ground, like already skeletons. Like they're already crispy skeletons.
Hell yeah.
And they fall down to their prone death. So that is them.
The oil would have been so much cooler.
Double kill.
So that is currently grappled. The other guy's running away. Justin, it is your turn.
Oof. I did not think we would get this far.
I didn't think Justin would get this far.
Did I get skipped?
No, Justin's right after Soma.
Oh, okay.
He rolled a 10.
I feel like we've won this. So I'm gonna I'm gonna celebrate a little early. I'm gonna create water, like dumping a bucket of Gatorade all over us. As you
conjure this thing of Gatorade in the air, you let go of Thad, who is now free.
I'm okay with this.
And you dump yourselves with Gatorade. And you're all now covered in really sticky Gatorade because there was way too much sugar in it. Mom wasn't paying a whole lot of attention.
What the hell, coach? You played the last minute.
You dropped the ball.
I wanted you to like, if you were going to do a celebration, you should have like pulled his head off and then spiked it like fucking.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I'm on barbarian mode.
All right, Cameron, it is now your turn. You're covered in sticky Gatorade, and everyone's just kind of standing there.
Is everybody, including Thad, covered in sticky Gatorade? Correct.
Everyone is covered in sticky Gatorade. Yes.
Okay,
everyone's dead. These guys got burned to a crisp. The last guy is running away. And
okay,
Thad's...
I'm just gonna look at that and be like, "Hey, Thad, your hair sucks now," and that's gonna be vicious mockery.
All right.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
That's
a nat 20.
Oh.
That's your fourth.
So he kind of just looks at you and he goes, "That's not possible."
Bonus action, bardic inspiration to coach again. Hey, coach, that was great with the Gatorade, but maybe don't. No, actually, I'm gonna get to Muscles. I'm like, "Hey, Muscles, grapple him," and I'm just gonna like slap him on the shoulder.
So at this point, you guys again hear this narrating voice kick in a little bit and goes, "Well, our heroes have done surprisingly well for 5 people who have zero idea what they're doing, and one with a weird secret fantasy of no longer being a virgin."
Shut up!
Yeah, more Gatorade.
Again, it's just the 5 of you that hear this. Like, so the 5 of you kind of like
yell out, "Shut up!"
Everyone's just like looks at you like, okay. And for time's sake, what would have happened on his third turn anyway is he kind of puts down his scimitar and goes, "All right, fine, whatever. You guys win. I hate this place, man." And Thad runs off crying.
Man, I wanted to get the kill on my turn.
He's barely hurt. You guys did like 6 damage to him.
I was about to poison him.
Since I was going to do reckless attack since I was inspired, which would have given me advantage.
You can chase after him.
No, bardic inspiration just gives you a D. Oh,
well, I would at least get an attack of opportunity as he ran away.
You can take it. True. He dropped his weapon and ran.
I'm doing it reckless attack.
Okay.
Honestly. So this is at advantage. Okay, I got a 25.
That definitely hits.
All right. D12. That's max damage. That is 16.
Okay, so as he's running, you just cut into him. And he's just kind of like, ah, and then he uses his movement and his dash. They're gone.
Run away, you pussy!
For time's sake, they're gone.
Okay, now a magical portal should appear, and we should be home.
Right. Now. So as you say that, you kind of look around, and the crowd's kind of cheering. Like some people are crying, like they feel so excited they're free, like after everything they've been through. And the mayor walks up to you guys, and he's like, "I'm shocked. You did it. You've saved us." And like again, people are celebrating. Giant orgies are going on. It's a whole thing.
Are we gonna see Mr. 69 now?
Is Muscles gonna try to get in the orgy?
Not yet. So you guys. Okay, so Muscles goes in on the orgy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
All right, so Muscles joins in on the orgy. You watch him it's a lot of dudes.
Hey, still counts. Doesn't matter. Had sex.
He has his fun. He has his fun. Ezekiel, you're locking this away for future reference.
Yeah, I'm gonna remind him of such a thing.
Well, as promised, I was able to find out some information. Apparently, in the cave below the middle of town, where our chests are, apparently something exists in that room that should lead you to some sort of portal for where you need to go next. Where it is, we don't know, but it's supposedly in this area. So he brings you back.
By the way, I would like to point out that in an origin, like you said, most of them are guys, but this is anime world. Half the dudes look like chicks anyway.
It's true. It's true. It's a good point. So you guys know, he tells you it's this building where it is. So you guys go in there. He brings you down into a chamber. It's very decrepit. As you get to the staircase, he kind of shakes each of your hands and he says, "I don't know where you're going, but I wish you the best of luck in all of your adventures. Thank you for saving us, and please take this as a parting gift." And he gives each of you a small piece of meat, which is going to be essentially a D4 of a healing potion. And then he also points to the 3 chests in front of you and says, "These are our 3 most sacred fruits." And he in turn says what each of them do. The one to the left, and only one of you says that you guys can take one to decide amongst yourselves who's going to receive it. And he just tells you, when you get down there, you'll see 3 chests. You're going to see one on the far left, which contains the rubber no me fruit, which will give you an extra 5 feet of attack. He has the giant animes fruit, which will give you immediate dark vision if you don't have it. And the protagonist cool guy side eye look, which will allow you to cast Charm Person once per day as a new kind of disability. So you can decide amongst yourselves who's taking what and who gets it. But he says you can take one of the town's treasures. And when you get down there,
I'm all about giving the extra reach to the barbarian. That's badass.
I was kind of thinking it, but I also know that Muscles wouldn't really be involved in this. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, if that's what everyone kind of agrees on, you can take it. You have to eat it to gain the power. But he does warn you there is a side effect. They don't. You will no longer ever be able to swim.
I'm trying to think if he would even be able to swim to begin with. I feel like if you guys didn't tell him that, he wouldn't even understand the implications of that. He'd just be like, "Oh, I can hit further? Hell yeah!"
His axe gets longer. His arms get longer.
It's just like an extendo axe. It starts as a normal one, but as I swing, it stretches out.
Justin, and so if you eat the fruit, you will be able to attack from an extra 5 feet with your melee attacks. But you can write down there that you get an extra 5 feet on all your melee attacks. But you can now no longer swim, and if you fall into water, you lose your strength.
See, this is I'm torn because on the one hand, I don't think it would be that helpful to get another 5 feet as a player. And I just feel like swimming will come up. But as my character, he'd be like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
All right, so you eat it.
Assuming the party that wants me to eat it, I will.
Yeah, eat it.
Ezekiel just contemplates pushing him in the water.
Gotta think about that for a second. So you eat fruit, so you can write down on your sheet for future reference that you do get an extra 5 feet of movement on melee attacks. But if you fall into water, you will lose the vast majority of your strength. Including any bonuses. And then he repeats, "I can't go down with you. We're not allowed down here anymore." I'll give him a weird voice. However, like I said, apparently there's a mystical cave nearby. We haven't been down here in a while, but we were never able to find it. And you guys walk down there. I need all of you to make me investigation checks.
Can I use detect magic?
You can if you want.
To help to give me advantage or something.
You can just cast detect magic and it'll just.
I'm really paying attention here with my -2. Oh, I still rolled well. I got an 18 minus 2, so 16.
Okay, so it's already enough. You literally notice that as you guys walk down into the cave and you look and you kind of open the chest and you get the item and you decide, all right, time to find this mystical cave. You just look to your right and there's a giant glowing portal to your right and a giant sign that says "Portal to the Other World," in bright neon letters. And you just kind of look at it, and it's literally right there.
I'm just gonna Muscles. That's our way home.
I run through, no question.
Right. So Muscles, you guys see him. He runs through this portal. Do you follow him?
I'm gonna give it.
Yeah, I go.
And that's how he
Phelan,
died.
we can go watch One Piece again. We run in together.
So just as a quick moment here, we ended up like kind of just goofing off in the beginning, so we'll probably go for about another hour. So I'm gonna cut out some stuff. So we'll I'll cut out enough, but it's up to you guys. Justin, if you want everyone to take a quick 5-minute break, or like 2-minute break or whatever. Since like we'll try to end it quick. So just take a quick break, grab some water, run to the bathroom really quick. And we'll come back. I'm gonna cut out a lot of the stuff for some stuff, or do you guys want me to cut it out so you can finish this, or do you want me to play it like normal, so you guys can finish it completely another week?
I think I'd rather break this up into another session. It's getting kind of late on my end.
I think that's actually a pretty good call for like a stopping point here. What do you think?
We'll at least go for another little bit. If you guys are fine with just like next week or something, literally just continuing from where we left off,
I'm down.
We'll have everyone take a quick break now, like go to the water, go to the bathroom, because we've been going for almost 3 hours. We'll come back. We'll have you guys do part of the next world, because there is a good part that'll be a good stopping part on the next part. So we can get you guys at least like halfway through, and then we'll just say, Justin, if you want to just delay everything, we'll just do next Friday. We'll just do part 2.
That works.
I don't know if I'll be able to do next Friday unless it's like late, but I could definitely do Saturday, Sunday.
You guys want to do next Saturday?
Works for me.
Does that work for everybody? If we did like next Saturday, maybe early in the afternoon, so we could be done like fairly early.
It'll depend on exactly what time. I got a thing in the morning, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get back.
I gotcha.
I mean, I'm an hour ahead.
You're an hour ahead, yeah. So it's like
afternoon for you might be closer to evening.
Listen here, future boy. We don't know about your time.
Greetings, people of the past. Your ways are quaint.
I'm down for that. You want to do a quick ad and then come right back?
Yeah, everyone take a quick break. Justin's gonna play part of the ad, and then we'll continue part of the world. I had a feeling this was gonna happen because I knew I was like, one shots can go anywhere between like 3 to 5 hours, and I was like, I think we're gonna need like 4.
Yeah. What's our how long do we have before we have to be back?
We'll say like since we're ending in a little bit, we'll say 2 minutes, like 3 minutes. We're gonna be back in 3 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
All
right, Justin, you want to play the ad, and we'll be right. So everyone that's listening, we will be right back. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll finish up a little bit of the next world for these guys, and then we'll be continuing part 2 of the adventure next week. So that way we don't. If everyone's good with like not wanting to rush it, and just doing it normal style, we can definitely do that.
I'll do my plug at the end there, Justin.
All right, so Justin, you want to?
Okay.
Yeah, you just want to play that ad real quick, Justin?
Into the night.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Do you have access to it?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, go ahead and play it.
I know what you're up to. Yeah, you want to be the king, huh?
What about honor and fairness and shit?
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Are you gay? What? No, I sell propane.
I sacrifice my dark magician to bring forth Sugoi summoned.
Thank you, Yami, and let us introduce ourselves. My name is Isabel.
And I'm Dylan. We are an anime gaming couples podcast. I'm a 20-year veteran of the culture, and I'm leading my wife through all the amazing worlds, everything anime and video game-wise that she hasn't experienced yet.
Come check us out.
Red Dirt D&D brings you the world's greatest role-playing game with an Americana twist. The Actual Play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, featuring local actors and veterans of the game, mixes fantasy and Wild West. Red Dirt D&D prides itself on bringing you the game like you've never heard it before, complete with original music and sound effects like a classic radio drama. We also work to keep the program short, only about 40 minutes, so you can easily listen while commuting or working out at the gym. Join 4 adventurers as they travel into the Caliban frontier in the original world of Ratoya. New shows drop every Wednesday and are totally free. You can listen to the latest episode and catch up with past performances on Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you get your favorite online programs. You can find out more information at Red Dirt D&D on Facebook, Twitter, and at reddirtdnd.com.
Do you like anime? Do you want to get into anime? Do you want to know what's going on in the world of anime? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you should come check out the Sipping for Senpai podcast. We like to talk about a bunch of animes, also try to get all of the newer viewers into anime, read manga, and also try to spring our addiction of waifus. But if you want to simp for us at the Sipping for Senpai podcast. We're available on a majority of your podcast apps.
What's up? Welcome back, everybody. Okay, since we're not rushing, or since like we're gonna do a part 2, do you guys care if I retcon something really quick that I had planned for this little transition?
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys will enjoy this. So everything that happened except muscles, you didn't jump through just yet.
All right.
So as you guys go down to this room, you see the giant thing that says where the portal is, and you notice that the room is also filled with it's littered with like just figures, and weirdly enough, one side of the room is just covered in anime body pillows, like full length anime body pillows in various like anime provocative like females and everything. And there's a window, there's like a mirror that's right in front of the portal, just kind of standing right in front of the portal. So what do you wish to do? The room's like littered with like figures and just like every collectible that like Justin, Dylan, Jason, you guys all obviously being anime fans in the real world recognize a lot of these collectibles. Muscles, you just see really weird perverted pillows. And
I just go over to Ezekiel, like just give him like one of those really hard like slaps on the back, and just, hey, I guess you weren't such a little bitch at all.
I walk up and I unfold my chainmail to make a little pouch, and then I just start having Phelan here just start filling it with One Piece statues.
I definitely.
All right. So you start littering it with statues.
Yeah, I'm just holding a pouch now.
And then while I'm like looking around and putting these One Piece statues in his pouch, can I do an investigation check to see if there's anything particular that stands out to me?
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
So while everyone's doing that, I'd like to go around and give everyone a high five. We just won the game. Big high five moment. I'm also going to cast Lay on Hands and give everyone 3 HP back. Whether you're near or not, you're getting this high five.
Woohoo!
Okay.
I'm back at full.
All right,
I got 5, by the way. That was a good roll.
I would be talking to Ezekiel and be like, "So, what's the point of those pillows over there?"
All right. So who was rolling the investigation check?
I was, and I got a 5.
5. Okay. You kind of look around. You see a lot of pillows and stuff. The mirror looks kind of weird to you, but you're not really too sure why.
Can I cast Identify on the mirror?
Yeah.
I'll do that. Spend my last first level.
Okay. So you cast Identify in the mirror. That's just one specific item, right? It's not like an area of effect thing, right? Okay. So you cast a mirror, and you notice it's a. You sense strong illusion combined with enchantment magic, and you realize that it's connected to the portal. How specifically, you're not super sure, but as you walk up to the mirror, as you're kind of like figuring it out, you look in the mirror, Ezekiel, and you see your character holding a body pillow, but not in the normal way. You've kind of like got it on the ground with the ass up in the air, and your character's like hugging it from behind.
Is this the mirror Varys from Harry Potter? This is what you want most in the deepest parts of your heart.
And the anime body pillow? Yeah.
With the ass up in the air.
And I'll say, because you now see yourself doing this, I will let you roll another investigation check.
Cocked. That's a 15.
Okay. So you kind of are like, you see your character doing this, like, you know what anime body pillows are. You've seen them at plenty of conventions.
I have one.
Yeah, and so you see yourself like doing this. Now, mind you, now the rest of you can see, like, you see his character in the mirror doing this to this body pillow.
What are you doing?
Like, just in the mirror, not in real life. But Ezekiel, as you look around, you see that exact body pillow on the side of the room.
All right, so it's like, are any of you gonna like judge me real bad?
Oh, yeah. I most definitely will.
I just want us all to be friends after I do this. Are we still friends?
I can't promise. I don't even know if I like you that much.
We're still friends. Send it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go grab the body pillow and copy the image in the mirror, but reversed.
Okay, so as you kind of get down and kind of get yourself into this provocative pose with the anime pillow, you get this immediate feeling of like just regret and shame, and you hear the narration voice kick in, and go, and that's the moment the party knew this was not your typical adventure.
Okay, so guys, this didn't work. My next guess would be to
as you get done with the body pillow, and you kind of stand up and
done.
Yeah, what do we mean by done?
Done?
Yeah, you're done. You're done using it. You know
that only took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
You kind of stand up, and you kind of like just throw the body pillow back off the side of the room, and you notice the mirror kind of shimmer. And it opens up, revealing the portal behind the mirror. You were correct in assuming that it was just like the Harry Potter thing, except you just had to mimic.
I just look at it and I go, "Let's go!" and I run in.
So you all kind of like torture. You all kind of run through. I'll say this: who was grabbing all the Gundam figurines or Gundam figurines?
I was picking up all the One Piece statues.
Soma? Okay, One Piece statues. All right, roll me a general try to answer this honestly. Would you have been paying attention, or would you just have been like shoving things into
I
your
was
backpack?
just shoving One Piece statues.
Okay, roll me just a general perception check then.
Nat 1.
Okay, you don't notice a thing. You just throw these things, and you're like, woo! And
Free
you just
statues.
throw. So you're like, free shit. and you just throw all this stuff into you're not paying attention to a thing. And you guys all, I'm assuming, go through the portal together, or are you just letting Muscles?
Oh, no, head
we
first,
wait a few
full
seconds
blast.
after Muscles go. Oh,
if I'm on the other side and there's any just if I don't even know where I'm at.
Yeah, if they're delaying.
Wait, can I ask something? Where do I appear?
That's gonna be. That's what I'm waiting to tell you, because is anyone else?
No.
Are you guys?
Well,
are you guys?
Okay.
Are you guys legitimately waiting?
I have legit no answer to where I am, but if more than a second passes and there's anything that could be like bones or anything, I'm gonna throw them back out through the portal.
I'm testing the wires with like the hokey pokey and the port. You know, you put your left foot in, you take your left foot out.
Sure.
Then I'll just jump in it. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys all jump in, and you appear as you run through. You hear again. It feels like a lot of shimmering, flashing lights. It kind of feels like your body's being stretched and pulled in a million different directions. You're seeing flashes of, you're seeing flashes of like animation and like clay monsters attacking things, and it's like very confusing. Things are like blurring together. It's very, very confusing and like disorienting. But you again hear the narration.
This is how I imagine Muscles' life to be like. Just his brain in general.
You again hear the narrator voice and go, well, I was kind of expecting you guys to be dead by now, but all right. Time to record. And it's very kind of confusing why he just said that. And the narrator kicks in and goes, a crushing blow to Reginald Custer the 69th. As unknown heroes with a seemingly affinity for juggling crabs grabbed victory when it literally should have been impossible that any of them survived. Like, seriously, how does this make any sense when none of you know what you're doing, that you managed to defeat people who have been doing this for years? In general, look, I'm sorry, but this makes zero sense that you guys fucking pulled this off. Like, it's kind of bullshit when you guys just appear out of nowhere and you manage to pull. Okay,
it's anime, man. Relax, just chill out.
This guy's doing this for years, and you show up out of the blue. For fuck's sake, it's not like I'm trying to root against you or anything. This is just freaking insane. I'm sorry. It's just all right. We'll back. All right. Anyways, as our heroes humble through space and time, feeling like they're being pulled in various directions out of reality, they land in a strange world. And upon landing, hear the words, "Tune in next time on Anime Warriors." And you guys find yourselves landing in a very, very large city. Just on the outskirts, you land just about in this field here. And you see a sprawling metropolis in front of you. I mean, the building is as far as your eye can see. Just insanely tall. You see people flying through the air, seemingly followed by this trail of light as they're flying through the air. It's very confusing. And again, you see the same sort of stop motion and reeling things. You also notice that all of you are wearing, you all now appear, and you're all all of you now are just ripped to shreds. You have just muscles upon muscles. For metagaming sake, you don't gain any sort of advantage for this. This is just a cosmetic change. But you're all wearing karate gis that are orange and blue that have a Japanese symbol right in the corner. You all also are just ripped beyond all means, and for some reason, as you all look around at each other, you all have weird things on your heads that kind of scan around and have this thing right in front of your eyes. And whoever wants to, we can pick one person that wants to do it. Roll a investigation check. Stare at someone as you're looking. Tell me who you're looking at and roll an investigation.
I'm going to roll investigation because I can't read.
Take my last Bardic.
I rolled well, but I have a -2, so 15.
Add a D6.
No,
okay.
I don't want to. Not in this one.
Okay.
Save it then.
So as Muscle, who are you looking at, Muscles, by the way, too?
Probably Ezekiel.
Okay. So as you look at Ezekiel, the thing over your eye starts to go dee-dee-dee, and this number appears right in front of your eye. And it says 8,999.
I look at him and I look at him and I go 8,999. So that's like more than 4, I think. Like he's getting dumber the longer he is in this world. And you all, I'll give more than 4. So
I'll let you guys all have fun with this for a quick second, and we'll get ready to wrap up part 1 here. And you all can. I'll let each of you choose someone to look at if you want to have a little fun with this.
Oh, I'm gonna look down my own pants because since I've been transformed into this new body, I wanted to know what it looked like. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
I'm just saying. If me personally, Justin speaking, I went to a new body.
So you are, like I said, you are like you're all wearing karate gis now, and I'm gonna say, Coach, you notice that you have a tail.
Oh, horse shit!
It doesn't really. You're not really sure about what's going on, but you definitely do have a tail.
Okay, I definitely have to look down my pants to see if my wang's still there. I'm just throwing it out there.
You look, and yes, it is definitely still there.
Is it smaller than usual? Or?
It's just as small.
Can I roll for wiener size? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, roll a d12.
D12. Hey, got an 8.
All right, you are. It's a solid 8 inches.
Hey, high fives again for everybody.
Wash your hand. Jesus.
Guys, I don't know if I want to give you a high five after checking all that
out. Can I look at? I'm going to look at muscles with my scouter.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at?
Just looking at muscles.
Yeah, I didn't say it was a scouter. You said that. I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't say. I just said I look at
scooter.
I literally just said I look at muscles.
Yeah, you scout him out. All right, so you look at muscles again. You hear you this time here at dee, and you scan muscles and you see 9,001.
I say, only 300.
I go.
All right, roll.
Let me see that thing, and I try to
roll a deception check.
All right, come on.
Can I roll insight against this?
You can, yes.
Yeah.
10.
11.
All right. You also at the last second, like you're staring at him, and he's like stone faced staring at you, and at the last second he goes, and he goes, and you go, ha, bullshit.
Oh, okay. It's over 9,000.
Why are you yelling?
You don't get it.
I'm gonna give you a DM inspiration.
Thank you.
See, I'm oblivious to the meme and whatnot, so I'm just like, why are you yelling at me?
I'm looking at Soma and just like hoping for some sort of recognition, and Phelan just like, come on, guys, you two, come on, bros.
I just give him a nice little head, like one of the little respect head nods, like.
That means the world to me.
Respect it. And then I want to look at Coach here because I don't believe that he's actually strong enough or smart enough to be a coach. So
okay.
All right. You doubting the fighting piglets?
So that was
I am. For someone that thought that name up, yeah.
All right. So you scan Coach, and you can hear the dee 1.
I knew it was gonna be a 1.
Number 1, baby.
So you all take turns kind of like scanning each other, and as you are kind of like all like scanning each other and yelling and doing various different things, a older man with a cane and what appears to be like a turtle shell on his back approaches you guys and goes, "Oh, you're here."
Listen, guys, if there's anything that video games have taught me, this guy has a side quest for sure.
You play video games?
Into your shell, sir?
I don't. Have you played video games?
Yeah, like Madden and like Madden, NFL Street.
Moving on.
You know,
they don't have side quests in those games.
Listen, I couldn't reference it to anything football wise. So.
So again, he goes, your arrival has been foretold. And then you hear a quick narration voice and go, "Yeah, no shit, Sherlock." Again, only
I'm
the
gonna
5.
cast Vicious Mockery on narrator.
All right.
I bet your hair sucks, narrator.
Just
you hear a oh really, and then you look and you're completely bald.
No.
I immediately look away.
Nosebleed.
No, just kidding. So the old hermit walks up to you guys and goes, thank God you're here. Ever since Lord Reginald Custard the 69th cast all of the A fighters into alternate dimensions, we've had no one to protect us. So I'm so glad you're here that you can help. And then again, you hear the narration voice go, "Well, our heroes were finally found." And then the like very quickly as like the narrator starts talking, the old man like looks, because there's like kind of like at this point you're kind of closer to the city, so there's like people kind of like walking to and fro, and he immediately starts trying to follow a girl with blue hair and short shorts that's like walking down the side of the street, and immediately starts like following her and gets like a giant nosebleed out of his nose. And the narrator goes, "Anyway, as our heroes arrived in a new city in a new world, looking to see what adventures would soon await them, they soon realized that season 1 had ran out. And unfortunately, we weren't caught up on the animation just yet because we don't have the budget for the dubbed just quite yet. So unfortunately, our heroes were then forced to wait in this town until season 2 was renewed. And tune in next time on Anime Warriors." And because of what we talked about earlier, that's where we will pause the adventure so far with you guys being approached by the old hermit in the new city.
I would like to point this out because I had to look this up after you mentioned that Coach's power level was 1. The farmer in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z has power
10.
level of 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, it was 5. Yeah, 5 to 10 is the average human. 5 to 10.
Dude, farmers are jacked.
I can grapple a boss, but I can't.
Coach is like legitimately like the worst strength coach in the world.
Yeah.
Why would I be 2 under? Like, I mean, I'm only 2 points below muscle, so like, it's not. Hey, I'm gonna quote Team 4-Star here and say power levels are bullshit.
They are.
Quoting Vegeta.
I haven't went Saiyan yet.
Yeah, that's it. You just haven't gone Saiyan.
I'm still.
That's true. You do have a
Wait
tail.
till he turns into a giant monkey.
You do have a tail.
Oh shit! I'm
just saying, you do have a tail.
I wanted to have a moment next week, and I didn't think about it until we were wrapping up, and I didn't want to interrupt. But we totally need to have a moment. It's like, why are your lips doing that when our lips like don't line up with what we're saying?
I have a lot of stuff planned.
I think the next session we should all just have to learn Japanese for.
Yeah,
I would like that. If anyone comes in and knows Japanese by like next week when we play, I will give you like 3 DM inspiration points.
Ooh,
that's a big incentive for to
how
learn
much
the language
Japanese?
So
all of it?
Yeah,
all of it. Yeah,
I'm not gonna try that then.
Obviously.
So what for everyone that's listening, I wish I could learn Japanese. I know, right? What I'm gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna end stream in a second here. Stick around my end stream because I can't raid out in this program on Twitch while we're streaming, so I have to wait till I end the broadcast. So once we end it, we will end stream. For those of you that are playing right now, just stick around for 5 minutes so I can go over a couple things with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So as we end stream, just remember to stick around so we can actually raid out properly. We're gonna go ahead and raid my friend Unity, who's doing his first drag stream today, and also doing like a 12-hour Halo stream. So we're gonna make sure we raid my buddy here. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. There's a few things that I think I'm gonna add for next time we stream. I think I'll work on creating an NPC that chat can control. I should be able to get that done by next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. I haven't DM'd in
since my birthday in 2020.
2 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So I haven't DM'd in like 2 years. So
yeah, thanks a lot for running. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So I think the early plan is we'll narrow down specific for those of you that are listening, whether it's listening live or when this comes out as a part one of the podcast. The plan is to do a continuation at some point next week. We'll pick a time that works for everybody. That way, no one's like insanely inconvenienced. But if you're just tuning in, you're kind of confused on what happens. You're like, I thought it was a one shot. I'm like, it is, but it's getting late for for a few people that could go because they have stuff to do early in the morning. And we did a quick poll of everybody. Like, do you want me to rush it so we can end it? Or do you want me to do the full thing that was planned? And we'll just do a part two. Everyone voted. Let's do part two. So we decided that we're just going to continue this next week, and we'll do another D&D adventure next week. So thank you for everybody who stayed tuned for the weird tech issues, because I didn't know it would share like my OneNotes page, even though I have two different screens, but you got to love it. So thank you all for tuning in, and the people that did sub or give bits or anything like that to give inspirations to people. And all resets, that'll continue. So I know we got a few people that have some stuff really quickly to plug. So do those of you who have like shows want to make sure you plug everything properly. So Dylan, you're at the bottom, so we'll have you go first.
All right. I am half of a 2-person anime gaming couples podcast called Sugoi Summit. You might have heard the trailer in the middle there on our little ad break. But we do that, and then I stream on Twitch at Sugoi Summit as well. And everywhere is just Sugoi Summit. TikTok, Instagram, everything. Sugoi Summit. Very easy to find me.
All right. Jason?
Yeah, I just stream on Twitch sometimes. You can catch me at That Granddaddy, and that's really about it. I don't have no shows or nothing like that, but you can definitely catch me on Twitch.
There you go. Cameron?
Ironically, unlike my character, I don't stream anything ever. I don't even have a Twitch account. So I will take a little bit of time to plug our local gaming store here in Northwest Oklahoma, USA Comics in Woodward. Tomorrow at noon, they're doing a Pokemon release event if you're in Northwest Oklahoma. That's pretty cool. And on Thursday nights they do Pokemon, and Friday nights they do Magic the Gathering. So check out USA Comics if you're Northwest Oklahoma.
Very nice. Dungeon Master Mark?
I do have a streaming account. I've been in the chat during this entire session as Mark's friends play. I've only streamed once, but the plan is to start streaming a little bit more. It's me and my friends playing a lot of game series that they missed out on while I sort of coach them through it, as well as provide trivia. You can also follow me on Twitter here at Casman2007, #Team Followback. And it's pretty much all my stuff.
There you go. Justin, shut up. Just making sure you know your place, man.
I appreciate that.
For those of you who tuned in, this was the first ever, part one of the first ever Dad's D&D anime stash. There is other things I'm working on as well. So besides this being a part two, I am working on another one shot for the Fandom Effect combined with Dad's anime stash, which is both podcasts that I'm a part of. So you can find me on both those shows. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BushidoGeek. And various different things, but make sure you pay attention to Dad's Anime Stash. We go live every Friday night. You can listen to us on any major podcasting platform, and we'll be back next week for part 2 of Aniverse Anime Warriors. So make sure, unfortunately, kids, your dad tried to score with your mom while they were in the car after they left the restaurant. Your mom turned him down because it was too public of a place, so they're on their way home early. Unfortunately, they just called you and told you. So you're about halfway through your dad's D&D anime stash episode when you get the call that your parents are on the way home. So you really quickly tidy up. You rewind the tape back to the beginning again. Very carefully put it back in the box, slide it under your dad's bed, and you go to sleep cuddling your anime body pillow. And you dream of the next time you can have an adventure with your dad's anime stash. Bye-bye. And also make sure, again, this is for after. Stick around because we're going to raid out right after, but I have to end the broadcast first and then immediately raid out.